And how was your weekend?
It was good.
What'd you do? You ate an edible with Mama?
Yeah, she loves it now.
Sure, she loves it.
But we just giggle for no reason, and it makes me happy for her because she's about to be in finals, and I can see how stressed out she is. So we just giggle. We have a good time.
You hold her hand?
No, not really. No, I mean she's
really.
cool. Not during that.
Okay.
No, but she was cool. We what else did we do? We went to Steve Simone's for Easter.
That was very nice. He made some lasagna, a little fucking ziti.
It was great. And then that's it.
The Carvel cake was the first one to go. Thank God I got fucking... This motherfucker's eating all the other shit people
they
are
had blueberry
bringing.
cake.
Some fucking guy showed up with Japanese cookies. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, you hated that
Carvel
guy.
ice cream cake. You're going to show up with Jap fucking cookies. Get the fuck out of here.
And the funny thing is, if you're ever anywhere with Joey, he says this, and the guy's literally right there. But I don't know if you're speaking at like a low register or something. He just
I got a voice like a dog whistle. Okay, there's shit I say to you as over the years. There's shit I say to you that's out loud, and there's shit I say at a tone that person's not gonna hear it, but you're gonna hear it. It's like when a fighter is in an octagon or in a ring. He gets used to his trainer's voice, so no matter what's going on, like when he's training, the trainer will play loud music and talk over the loud music. So you get to used to. After a few years, you'll get to hear me. When I was a kid, I grew up with Roger Holloway, and he narrated life. So you'd be sitting there, and people be walking to you, and you could hear him going, "Look at the shape of these fucking mutts," and you'd giggle because you heard it. But even though the people were right there, they didn't fucking hear it. So you know what I'm saying? Julia Rossi in the house, growing up and shit, all grown up. I knew you when you were a little fucking pumpkin and shit out in L.A., walking around all scared. Look at you now.
I don't know if I was ever scared. I was just clueless.
You were just clueless.
Oh, yeah.
No, you were just a young girl. How old were you when I met you?
22.
Yeah, you were just a young girl.
I know.
And how long had you been doing comedy?
I mean, I had done it in my life 6 times.
When I met you?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
And you had been in Boston the whole time?
No.
Where'd you start?
I mean, the first time I ever did it was a high school, like, talent show kind of thing. I did 3 minutes. I totally stole people's material. Like, I don't even know what I did. I don't know what I talked about. And then I did it, I did 2 open mic nights at Nick's Comedy Stop in Boston over the summer. And then at my college in Ithaca, someone started, like, a comedy club. And so I did 3 nights of that, like, at a bar. So that was it.
Bless you.
Bless you. So I don't even know if that counts.
That counts. Every time you touch a fucking stage.
Is that the next comedy stop?
By Kowloon's?
No, not that one. The one
in Boston.
in Emerson, where it's like in a bank vault.
Yeah.
Oh, I went on like one of the worst dates there. Because I've always loved stand-up comedy, but it's in like it's in the basement of a restaurant with an open bank vault, like you see in the movies. And it was tiny, but these they had the speaker system turned up high, and people were just fucking yelling. Like the comics were just fucking yelling. It was a weird room.
Yeah, I borrowed my mom. I was home from college. I borrowed my mom's car. I'm like, I'm gonna go to a comedy club. They're like, okay, and I went. I did 5 minutes, and the host and the booker were like, how long have you been doing comedy? I'm like, oh, this is like I did it once in high school for 3 minutes, and they were like, what? And then I don't know. I didn't care. I missed that quality of I really didn't give a shit when I started.
So you just went up there. Did you have an idea where you were going with material?
I mean, I mostly talked about my parents and being Italian. I think I had an Olive Garden commercial joke because everybody who was Italian in the early 2000s did.
That's when you had that one Olive Garden, we're family. What was the slogan?
Yeah, it was like,
when you're here, your family.
And I think my joke was something like, what do you mean, but no one's hitting each other? You know, like something stupid like that.
And it was Adam Ferrara.
Did he have a joke like that?
No, Adam Ferrara was one of the original hosts for that commercial.
Oh, really?
In 1997, he booked who is it? What's the
Olive Garden?
Olive Garden commercial, where he turns to the camera and he goes, "When you're here, your family."
No.
Hey.
Well, then I thank him for my career.
Yeah. But I remember seeing you at the store. I got to the store in 97, maybe 97. When did you get there?
2001. Well, the first time I did an open mic there was 2000. I think 2001.
And I used to host, and you used to come in on Sundays, and you were very sweet, and you were always to the point. And you disappeared one day. You know, people come and go, and I asked, and I don't know. I think somebody said you got married or you had a kid. I don't know what the fuck happened.
No, in 04, I for whatever reason, decided I hated LA. I never, like, stuck with things. That was my problem throughout my 20s. Like, the second something didn't go my way, instead of trying harder, I'd quit. So, like, I did Groundlings. The second I didn't pass a level, I quit. Like, I did stand-up. The second I didn't get a note that I liked, or, like, you know what I mean, didn't book something, I would quit. Like, I just had a really shitty, not stick with it work ethic. So I left LA because I thought maybe like New York would kick my ass, and I missed my family. Then I got to New York in 2004, and I did stand up like a couple times a month, pretty much. So I sort of stopped doing that much. And then after 2 years in New York, I was like, I quit entertainment. I told my boyfriend to propose. We moved to the suburbs of Boston into a house my dad owned, the house I grew up in that my dad still owned, across the street from my high school, just to really hammer it home that I failed. And I was like, yeah, I quit. I'm going to be normal now. And the second I started planning the wedding, I was like, what the fuck did I just do? So then so while I was planning my wedding, I would be like in Boston trying to be normal, applying to grad schools, being like, look at me, I'm like a normal person. But then I would get on the bus, the Chinatown bus, and go to New York for the weekend and do spots. And that's when I kind of figured out, I think, like, my real voice, because I was by myself. Because I had been with the guy that I married, I had been with him since college. So he came with me to LA. I never had any time by myself, so I didn't really have time to, like, develop, I think.
What's he do for a living?
He did work as a doing TV production, and now he does event production. Okay. And we're still very good friends. And he's wonderful. But, yeah, I needed to grow up. I couldn't grow up here. So then I got married, and then I got divorced. And
How long did it take?
We were married 13 months. Yeah. But we were together 8 years.
So when you told him you wanted to get divorced, what did he say to you? Like, did you tell him it was because of comedy?
No, because it wasn't because of comedy. I mean, I talked to him about being worried that we would get divorced before we ever got married. Like, I told him, like, I think this might be a big mistake. I don't know if I'm ready. And he was pretty much like, we can cancel the wedding, but if we cancel, I'm not getting back together with you. And that made me panic because I didn't think I'd ever meet someone like him again. So I was like, oh, never mind, let's just do it. Which is like, what? Like, in retrospect, that's crazy.
That's the 20s.
Yeah.
How old were you when you met him?
I met him when I was 20.
Wow.
How old were you when you married?
Got married?
27?
Yeah, I was like 27. Yeah. I got engaged at 26, married 27 or 28, divorced at 29. Yeah. So I got it all out of the way before 30. So I feel like the comedy career that I started at 29 was like this career that I'm in right now, because that's when I committed. Like because I'd always done comedy in my 20s, but I don't know, when you're doing it like twice a month and not really caring, it doesn't, you know what I mean? I know it still counts, but like I'll get jealous of people who fucking kick ass and they've only been doing it 5 years, because I'm like, but I've been doing it like 13, but I didn't do it 13 years consistently, you know? So, yeah.
I started comedy in 91, and I was much like you. I was getting divorced.
Okay.
So I had all that, what was going on in that thing. I was working a day job that I was into. I was switching jobs. And I knew I wanted to do stand-up, but, you know, this is great. Show up at a bar, do a couple of jokes, meet some chicks, have a few drinks, do a couple bumps. And I did stand-up like that for a while. Like, I had a notebook, but not really. Mm-hmm. And then I won this contest, and I became a host of this thing, and it was basically a party for me. Tuesday nights, I'd invite my friends. We'd get 100 Valiums, beers, and blow, and we'd fucking do the show. And you know, it was just one of those things. And then I went to New York. And I was in New York. So I started in 91.
Where?
I started in Denver, Colorado. But I didn't really commit to comedy till January of 94. Mm-hmm. I did 3 years of fucking around. And then I went to New York, and I was in New York for 9 months. I think I got on stage 9 times. But 6 of those times were the last 2 months. Mm-hmm. Like, I went out, and I was going to New York Comedy Club, and Al would put me up, and I was going to stand up New York, and you had to bring 19 of your fucking friends to go up, and it was that stuff. I got bad allergies. Oh my God, my fucking allergies is the worst allergy season that we've had. So the East Coast had snow and shit. We've had allergies that I can't breathe at night. So when I got divorced and I went back to Colorado and I said, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to fucking do this. And it was different. So I get where you're coming from.
Well, like the first 2 years I did it, I was in it. Like I was like doing the store like 3 nights a week. I was like taking improv classes. Like I was really in it. And then I don't know, like my 3rd year in comedy, I think what happened for me in my head a little bit was like, well, why are you going to keep pursuing this? You're going to I always had this idea in the back of my head when I was younger. I'm going to have to stop. Like there's no way this can be my life. You know what I mean? Like there was a part of me that was like, well, this is like cute for now, but I'm going to have to get like a real job and like move back home and be married and have kids. Like I didn't think it was possible to kind of keep going with it. Also, stand-up was never, it's weird. I say stand-up was never my goal, but I don't know how to not do stand-up, if that makes any sense. Because like I think the lifestyle is super shitty. I think the kind of competitiveness, not that other things aren't competitive, but like with writing or acting, you kind of don't always know what other people are working on because it's such a process. With stand-up, it's like, how did you book this with this person? Like, I don't know, there's just a different energy about it that I don't always like. I think I'm really sensitive, what doesn't always work sometimes in stand-up, but I fucking love it. Like, I don't know how to not do it. I've tried to detox stand-up out of my system and be like, do something that's, like, not as gritty, but, like, once I'm on stage, I love it.
I love the street. I gotta blow my nose on this fucking t-shirt. Like,
you don't have tissues?
Nah, I don't feel like getting up because we're onto something. You know, when I was telling someone,
we're onto me vomiting after just watching what happened.
When I was 20, I would go for a job like anybody else who wants to do something more, and I'd go to like whatever. I think I wanted to be a service writer at a car place, and I go in there. Let's say they said we're gonna pay you $10 an hour. Well, in your mind, that's $80 a day. After the 3rd day, I'm like, I've been here dealing with these fucking morons, and at the end of the week, I'm gonna make $400. The government's gonna take $80. I'm gonna take home 3 fucking 20. I might as well go sell an 8-ball of blow. Right? Like this is my mentality. I could sell drugs or whatever the fuck. With stand up, with acting, and all the other shit we do, stand up is the street of entertainment. But I love dabbling on it because it keeps everything else intact. It keeps my acting intact. It keeps storytelling intact. It keeps my writing intact. Anything else I'm working on, I don't understand how people do different things. Like they were stand-ups, then they get onto different things and they don't do stand-up no more. I'm like you. I couldn't think of a life now without stand-up.
I mean, I've never been the kind of person who's like, oh, I need to do like 5 spots a night every night. Like, that's not what I'm looking for. But if I go, and I don't mind to, sometimes I take a week off and I love it. But like, I have so much I want to say, so much I want to share. And like, my favorite thing about stand-up, because I just want to be a therapist. That was what I thought it was going to be. And I was going to go to grad school for expressive arts therapy. I wanted to use like writing and storytelling and music and all this stuff to help people. And then I feel like that's what stand-up has been for me, because when I first started, I got into stand-up because I wanted to connect to people. I wanted to make people feel less lonely. I wanted to like, I love confessional, dark, like personal stuff. Like I'll do observational stuff, but most of my stuff's about me. And I used to think that made me a narcissist, but it's because I like it when people come up to me after a show. Saying you're funny is awesome, but saying like, oh man, I feel so much better after I felt so shitty before, and now I feel like understood. Like that makes me so happy and fulfilled. And for me with stand-up, I think the times in my life where I didn't commit to it, or when I fell off track about why I was doing it, when I started to get distracted by what other people are doing, I'm like, oh, well, my joke didn't get on TV, but that person's joke, so maybe I should try to be more pop culture. Maybe I should da-da-da-da-da. And it never... You know what I mean? Like, whenever I've stayed true to the reason why I do it, that's when it's good.
Well, that's what it's fucking supposed to be good.
I know.
These things are tremendous. I can't believe it.
I had a bite of a pot Rice Krispie treat yesterday, and then I started watching Going Clear, and it was like my head started exploding.
I'm going to sleep like a baby. I'm going to get up and go give a blood test and about set the needles.
You are not. You've been saying you get that blood test for 12 months.
I'm going to go down early. I'm going to go to Cafe 101, have a little breakfast, and go give a nice blood test, bring my iPod, put Santana on, look the other way.
He calls me every day, every morning
Watch,
by
tomorrow
8:30.
I gotta get up early.
Every day I'm gonna get this blood test. Oh, you think you're gonna be okay?
Yeah, what the fuck? I just always forget. I hate going to Hollywood. A friend of mine called me. He goes, "Hey man, you don't come say hello no more." I go, "Dog, how long I know you? Fucking 15 years. I love you with all my heart." I just can't do the Hollywood run no more. I live in the Valley. For me to go down sometimes, like I have the desire, and I'm like,
That's how I feel about Brooklyn to Manhattan.
you know what? Okay, I'm here for the day. What am I gonna go to Hollywood for? I want to go. You know, I could fuck around, but I don't really want to go. I like staying close to my house. I'm just one of those fucking people. But if I can hit it early and get back up the fucking hill early, bam, I'll hit it tomorrow. If I get up like at 5:30 tomorrow, take a pee and go, fuck it, I'm just going to stay up, feed the cats, clean the litter boxes and shit. I'll get in that fucking car about 6:30, shoot to Hollywood, go to Cafe 101.
Can you eat before blood test?
That's the whole thing. That I'm eating. They told me
okay.
I could eat before this one. When you do a physical, you can't eat. You got to go on an empty stomach. That sucks dick. But when you could eat, it's a different story. You're okay. You just bring a can of soda with you to put the sugar right back in you. You know what I'm saying, Juliana?
Yeah.
Juliana don't fuck around here. Yeah.
Juliana, he keeps changing my name.
He's what?
You keep changing my name.
That's
Whatever.
how you know he likes you.
That's what they say and shit like that. So you went back to New York. You get divorced. You tell this poor bastard it's over. Now what happens?
Well, we got married, and then we moved back to New York together when we got married. Because he was like, well, maybe if we go back to New York, you'll be happy. Because I was super depressed. And then we moved back to New York, and it was almost like I had a food allergy. Because like I went to L.A., and I wasn't fully happy. And then I went to New York with him, and I wasn't happy. I kept eliminating like my job and like my career shit. And I would in my city, but I wouldn't eliminate him. So then we moved to Boston together. I still wasn't happy. Moved to New York again, still wasn't happy. Then we split. I wouldn't say I was happy, but I was just like I had a little bit of space. And I feel really bad because part of why we split, I was like, I want to be on my own and like find myself and like all that shit. Fucking months after we split, I get into another relationship because I'm an idiot. And he's like, we're still friends. So he was like, yeah, remember when you said you wanted to end our marriage so you could find yourself? Did you find yourself in that second 3-year relation or 4-year relationship that you got into? I'm so dumb.
No, you're not dumb. You're a woman.
It was habit.
You need love. You know, you like to be. You know, listen, man. Stand up is second. We're first. I'm a man and you're a woman. That comes first. That has needs. Mm-hmm. That has its needs. I love to be I love to be 28 and be doing stand up 4 years now and be good looking and go out 3-4 nights a week and fuck and suck and do drugs and get chlamydia and get a drug prom and live at the Chelsea. And,
Maybe no chlamydia,
well,
but
whatever
yeah.
fuck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's part of this whole comedy thing. But then there's the other part of it. There's the part where one day you wake up and you go, I need a life.
Yeah.
I gotta have a life. That part of it is great. Gigging with your friends and not having responsibilities. And now that opens up a different chapter in your life. Now you have a relationship, somebody who depends on you. You know what? So now on Tuesdays, instead of going out to that dumb fucking club that paid you $8, you stay in and you both eat hors d'oeuvres. You fucking suck a little bit and you both go to bed at 10. You make those little commitments in a relationship. And that's what a relationship is.
Well, in my 20s, I feel like I loved stand-up because I loved stand-up, but I also loved the social aspect. I'm like, oh, I'm allowed to get drunk every night. I get free drinks. I get to be social. And the problem for me was I didn't want to lose the safety of my relationship, but I was acting like I was single when I was going out. I was like, you know what I mean? I wasn't going home. I was like partying all night. Like I was really trying to have both worlds, and I couldn't. And then this past year, I had like my first single year ever as an adult, and it was the best year of my life. I mean, not just because I got to sleep around or whatever, but because I got to just cry in the shower for as long as I wanted to without anyone knocking on the door, being like, are you okay? Like sometimes I don't want someone to ask me if I'm okay. Sometimes you just gotta fucking let me lay on the floor, weep like a child, and don't say, let's go to dinner, I'll make you feel better. Like, I don't want to be, you know what I mean? Like, I had this space to just lose my mind a little bit, and it was great.
People have no idea that for me, all these fucking Gentiles that go to therapy and pay all these money to these fucking saps. Listen.
I go to therapy.
Just get a shower that you could sit down in.
I love therapy, though.
I love my shower.
Yeah.
Okay, not this shower where I live now. Where I lived in Hollywood, that was the best shower I ever had. I could sit in there for 3 hours and never run out of hot water. You smoke a joint, just sit in the corner. You don't masturbate, nothing. You just sit in the corner and let the hot water hit you.
This is your therapy?
That's my therapy.
You smoke a joint in the shower?
No, before you go in there. I
was
got
like,
it.
that's
Let me tell you how
magic.
sick I was. I get a pillow and put a piece of plastic around the pillow and put the pillow behind me and just sit in the shower for 3-4 hours.
I mean, you might want to think about therapy.
No, that's therapy right there. It's you and 4 fucking walls. That's as real as it gets. All you need is a mirror. If you put a mirror
Oh,
in
that
there,
sounds terrifying.
That's terrifying.
Wait, are you against therapy?
No. I'm just saying, for
Yeah.
me, this is what it was. If somebody comes to you and says, Julia, I want to offer you $50,000 to shoot a special. You're like, let me think about it. Some people go to a bar and drink. Some people get 6 of their buddies and sit down. For me, I'll take 3 of my closest friends, go get a steak. Let's talk about it. And then let me go home and smoke a number. And what's the safest place for me? The shower.
I love
the shower. You know, Seinfeld had a joke at the shower in one of his early Dangerfield specials. He goes, nobody will get you in the shower. Where is he? We can't get a hold of him. He's in the shower. He's on the phone. He's in the shower. A shower is sacred. It's for a guy like me, you go in the shower, you know, you don't have to be a pig. Just go in there, sit down, look at your toes, pick them, take the dead skin off your feet, fucking pick your nose hairs, and just sog. You don't come out of the shower till your fingers are fucking soggy. And you come out. That's what I love about the road. Getting into your hotel after a plane ride and taking off your fucking clothes, putting a pot of coffee on, rolling the fucking joint, and you go in the shower for like a half hour.
Oh, and if they have a robe?
You decap die. Well, the robe never fits Uncle Joey. I got to put 2 of them together.
Even one
I got to
arm
put
doing
2 of them
different
together.
robes.
You know what I'm saying?
I love, whenever people, I know the road can suck, but God, do I love hotels.
That's the part.
I love because I watch garbage television stuff I would never watch. I order food.
Yep.
Sit on the bed with my
There you
shoes
go.
on. I always get I will ask for early check-in, and I'll get there so early, even if the gig's at 9. I'm like, I'll be there at 8 a.m. I love it. And now my boyfriend's a comic, so we travel together, so we'll open for one another. And it's great, because now...
That's a fucking beauty, huh?
Oh my God, it's so funny, because people would always be like, now that you're single, the worst thing you can do is date a comic. And I'm like, why don't you just say the worst thing I could do would be date a bad person? You know what I mean? Not all comics are bad to... what does that even mean? We have a lot in common. How great is that? And now going on the road's like a vacation.
You have a lot in common, but at the same time, I don't believe in... I love my wife, and I love the baby, and I block them out. Thursday night show, I fly out Thursday morning, and Thursday night I just block them out. Friday, I block them out. Saturday, I let them come in. I'll look at a picture of the baby because I know I'm coming home the next day. Every week I say, maybe next week I'll bring them on the road, but I always differentiate business and family. I have to work this week in San Diego, and I fucking hate it. Because I have to leave them Friday at 10 and drive down. And it's different than being on the fucking road.
Yeah.
When you're on the fucking road, you're on the road. And I don't even like this drive. I love Lee. I don't want to bring Lee on the fucking road with him, but maybe because I'm not going to see him. I don't want to see nobody. I check in that fucking hotel room. The first thing I do is turn around and look for Do Not Disturb. That's the first thing you do. Then you take a shit. Then you take your clothes off. You put them on the fucking thing. Then you look at the room service menu. And you see what time the bar is open to. Maybe you go down there and eat something. By the time I get the itinerary the night before, I look at the hotel to see what type of food they have.
That's what I do.
To see if they have a hotel, a pool.
Wait,
what type of gym they have.
I did a college on Tuesday in Texas, and I was coming to LA Wednesday. We have friends to stay with, but Wednesday night I was like, let's just get a hotel just for fun. Our first night there, I had no shows, so I was staying in a hotel in Texas for this gig. And I'm backstage before I have to go on, looking at my phone. This girl who works at the college, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm looking up hotels. She's like, you've been on your phone for 2 hours. I'm like, yeah, I fucking I love looking at Booking.com and Orbit.
Oh,
and
no, that's not my bag.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, fuck you. No, fuck that shit.
To look at the websites of the hotels?
No, when they call me, when the agent contacts me and they go, you're going to Texas, and they go, you staying at the Doubletree Austin, I'll go on and look at that hotel.
Oh, yeah, well, once I pick the hotel.
What they got to offer me, and then I go through it and I go, all right, we got a gym, we got tacos, we got a breakfast buffet, we got coffee in the room. We're halfway there.
I hate continental buffet, the breakfast.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, free breakfast, and it's like,
Fuck continental. Look at the continents. Africa, they're starving. You want to give me an apple and an almond for breakfast? Go fuck yourself. I go to hotels. They got that Hindu breakfast. They got those scrambled eggs. They made out of fucking milk and fucking Indian toenails. And you got some fucking dead sausage patty, and you got like a bagel, and they got
that's
like a
an
muffin.
Indian breakfast?
You ever go to
It's a Hindu package.
Well, all these hotels are owned by Indians. They just keep them in the back. It's like political. They're run by so it's like the mafia in Vegas. They put like regular white people to run the hotel, but you smell curry when you check in. You're like, this is a Hindu hotel. Don't tell me you don't know what I'm fucking talking about. You know, like when you work any Roger Paul gig, those are all Hindu hotels.
Oh my God, I haven't done a Roger
Yeah,
Paul gig.
bananas and fucking whatever.
Is he still around?
Yeah, well, he's still sending people to help. That poor guy.
I did bananas in
Oh my
like in
God.
like 2005, 6, and I was the MC, and it was me and a magician was the feature, and then I don't remember who the headliner was. And Friday night show, audience loved me. Saturday early show, audience loved me. I was like, this is like, I'm like the best, right? Saturday late show, they connected to nothing. And then I said, are you guys ready? Okay, I'm going to bring up the first comic. You guys ready to have a good time? And this older guy, this like elderly guy, I don't think he meant to whisper because he had a hearing aid, because he leaned over to his wife. He goes, I'll have a good time once she's off the stage. But it wasn't a heckle. He just was whispering, but he was
Right.
had a
He
hearing
didn't know
aid.
what the fuck he was.
I don't know what happened, but like I lost it. I was like, I didn't get mean. I just go, oh, you don't like me? That's weird. Well, I just went out the hotel, lost my room, and I have to sleep with you and your wife tonight. Are you excited to sleep with me? And he was like, it wasn't even funny. It was just like weird. And then it got really quiet. I'm like, all right, well, this next act, he's a magician. And they were like, yeah, magician. Like, I was like, can you fucking make me disappear? Because like it's the worst. But it was so weird because I was like, I did the exact same jokes that I did the other two shows. Like,
But it's Saturday Night Late. It's a different
I
head.
know.
It's a different attitude. There was a room, the Stress Factory, 10 years ago. The reputation was Friday Night Late. Don't sweat it. Don't even sweat it. Don't judge yourself. They're from the college and they just don't laugh. They just don't laugh.
It was
And I
horrible.
remember fucking dying Friday nights. You know, some shows, you say the exact same material, but maybe your timing, maybe you said something in the beginning. We were just talking about this last night, how everybody, the big, now the number one thing is everybody's blessed. All right, everybody, oh, I'm so blessed. Go fuck yourself. You cheat on your wife, and all of a sudden you're fucking blessed. But the number two is, what the fuck was I talking about, Lee? I don't even know. I gotta stop eating.
the bad shows.
The bad shows. How? I don't even know what the fuck I'm getting at here. This is terrible. I gotta stop.
Late
eating
night
this.
spot,
The late
hashtag
nights.
bless. No one laughed. What you talked about this last night.
Whenever I have, how fucking, you, as a comic, you don't want to judge nobody as a human being. But in reality, when you're a comic, people judge you within the first 30 seconds. It's when you walk into an audition for a room. We all judge instantaneously. It's what we do. We don't like to say it in public that we judge people, but we fucking do. And the same thing with stand-up. You know, some people go to a show and they have like this weird thing of what fucking stand-up is. But they judge you within the first 30 seconds. You might say something wrong. I've seen great comics at the store. How many great comics have we seen bomb at the store? They went out there with a little bit too much confidence, maybe not enough confidence. Saturday late, it's a bunch of drunk people. They want you to come out and talk about your pussy and how hairy it is and how it smells, and they'll fucking love that shit. You follow me? So every show has different needs. So just fucking a magician around is always bad luck anyway. I fucking hate working with magicians. Whenever a magician's on the show, I feel terrible about myself.
Have you done that show before?
With a magician?
Yeah.
A couple of fucking shows with magicians.
What is the bookers thinking? Like, we're gonna entertain them with
People like hypnotists. And people
Oh my
like magicians.
God! But that's great. But don't put it with a stand-up, because I did a college with a magician and a hypnotist.
Oh, God. You might as well shoot yourself.
I know, and I was like, well, first of all, I was like, did the hypnotist hypnotize you guys to love him? Because like that's not fair. You know what I mean? Like, how can I compete with that? No one's gonna like stand up and applaud for my joke about my mom when some guy just like made someone levitate.
And some hypnotists are good. Like they're Dirty, Dr. Dirty.
Yeah, there was one in Boston.
Yeah, Dr. Dirty, right? Whatever his name
No,
is.
in Boston it's
Joel,
what's that guy
what the
called?
fuck is his name?
Something.
Now, didn't we work together at Grill 56? Didn't I get
Where's
you in
that?
there? It used to be in Andover.
No, did we?
Never?
think so.
I thought you worked it with me. Now that I was looking at you, go, oh my God, I think I worked with her at Grill 56, or you worked for that guy, the Jewish guy there. I forget what it was like. It was in Andover where Jay Leno's from. And there used to be a big restaurant called Grill 56 or 96 or whatever the fuck. What's the road there? 56?
95?
95, Grill 95. I don't know.
No.
And they did comedy there and stuff like that. So who the fuck knows? But you see, when it comes to stand, I can't say this, but in my mind I think this. When I see a club hiring a hypnotist, he's taking money out of some comedian's mouth. You follow me?
Yeah.
Or a magician. But there's a need for that in
Oh,
clubs.
yeah.
You know, there's a Club Harvey's in Portland, Oregon. You ever look at their schedule? Mm-mm. You want to just put a gun to your eyeball and blow the fucking trigger. Because New Year's, they have a 2-piece band, like this comedy 3-piece band. What is your life about if on New Year's you sit through an ear beating of a one-man band and sit there and like clap, and when he goes, raise your hands, you know, put your hands up in the air. What the fuck do you do?
Well, even, I mean, maybe just because I'm a comedian, but I'm always kind of surprised people want to go to a comedy club on New Year's Eve, too.
Well, it's comedy clubs on New Year's Eve, but people that usually don't go to New Year's. Like the toughest bombings I've had have been New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. Because people, you go up there with a little cocky attitude, and they're like, what the fuck is this? We thought it was going to be a guy with a bow tie, like Bob Hope, coming out and talking about the troops, and did you hear the latest funny thing? You know, my arms are heavy, I just flew in, you know, shit like that. I don't fucking know. I don't like working them. They asked me today in my agency, have you thought about New Year's? And I said, you know, run them by me, but I really don't like working them. I'd rather not. I'd rather stay home.
You've done like local shows the past couple
years.
I'll do
them every year, 8 o'clock show. So I'm in my house by 10:30. I've done enough of them. I paid my dues on New Year's. I've done enough. It's not like I'm just saying it off the bat. I've done enough fucking New Year's. They're a nightmare. So why would you go in front of people?
I've never done New Year's.
Never?
I've never been asked to do New Year's show. Isn't that terrible?
No, but you're good for the 8 o'clock show, the midnight show. That you fucking say some funny shit on Twitter, Doug. Now, when did you evolve into this writing thing? Because I know you do a lot of writing.
I've written since high school.
What is your college degree? What
I was theater and sociology.
Look at you bad motherfucker.
Yeah,
what were you, Lee?
Digital post-production.
Digital post. Look at your eyeballs in the mirror. That's scary. If you went in the shower right now and looked at your eyeballs, you just fucking drown yourself. Cocksucker. So you do a lot of writing.
I do, yeah.
And you get paid good money to write?
I mean, it depends. Like when I work on a TV show, it's amazing money.
You work on TV shows also?
Sometimes. Like I've done Punch Up on a few shows, and I worked on a couple MTV shows. And then I have 3 pilots that I wrote that I want to try to sell at least one. Would be great. And then I'm writing my first screenplay. I want to write it by the end of the year and make it like by myself. Not by myself, but independently. Yeah, I love writing. I could never, I don't mean this as an insult to actors, but I could never just be an actor. You know what I mean? I could never just be at home submitting and going on auditions. Like, I have to do the writing and I have to do the stand-up.
Their work ethic is fucking horrendously bad. The work ethic, I have friends that are just actors and all they do is bitch, and they have no control unless they get up every morning, get the breakdowns, drop off envelopes, like I did.
But you could even do that and still not. I mean, what I'm saying for me is like.
Oh no, I see where you're coming from.
Like,
you don't know how the fuck they just sit home.
I couldn't like.
No, me neither.
Because if I have like a web series right now with this comic Brookman Poplin. Like we wrote it, we paid to shoot it, we produced it, we act in it, and I'm the co-star and it's my, you know, like I love that there's so much like of your own creating now. So. Yeah, I would love to get cast in a sitcom and in a movie, but if I don't, I'll just make it myself.
You just make it yourself.
Yeah,
That's
and I know
way to do it.
Yeah, and I like what I write, and I know I'm gonna write good lines for me. So, yeah.
If you think of something while you're going, you just say it without some chick coming up to you. Excuse me.
Yeah.
The line is, he just got home. And you're like, but that sounds like dick. Let me throw this motherfucking flavor into the mix, bitch. It's Fox, motherfucker. 10 o'clock. What's up, Lee Syatt? Look at your fucking eyeballs.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with your eyeballs tonight? What did you eat today? How many edibles did you eat?
Let's see, 2? Yeah.
No, you didn't.
We had a full green hornet. I had like at least 50 milligrams of the Star of Death. At least.
This fucking guy.
Oh, but I went to her mom's house for dinner.
And what'd you eat over there tonight?
She makes this like spicy beef, but she makes like her own potatoes, like almost like French fries, but not fried. She puts those in with like a little bit of rice. Oh, so good.
Your mom?
No, my girlfand's mom.
Oh.
She's
He's
Mexican.
dating a Spanish chick, so he's in fucking
Nice.
had a little Jew boy with a little Spanish chick, turning him out and stuff. Look at him. She's turning him out with food, though. It's not like she's sticking a finger up his ass and he's walking around with a limp. She's turning him out with food. Look at him. He's all happy.
How do you know for sure what he's
Because he don't like assholes. He don't like fingers. He's never sniffed her asshole. What kind of fucking Jew is this? You know what I'm saying? He didn't even sniff her ass on Easter. That's when Jews usually sniff assholes. You know what I'm saying? They're angry.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, now you fucking know. See, that's what happens when you listen to the church of what's happening now. One thing about you, you're always in a good mood.
Am I?
Listen, man, I love women.
Yeah.
I always yearned for a sister. My mom left a sister in Cuba, so I always yearned for a sister. So as a young kid, my mom would say when you see somebody doing something to a woman, that could be your fucking sister.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm always one of those guys, you know. And I like breaking women's balls who break your balls back. I like a little tough woman,
Yeah.
you know. There's no sense in calling a woman a dummy and she just sits there and takes it and tells your friends. If she says, go fuck yourself, we got a friendship. We got something to work with. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no lame woman around me. I want a woman like my mom around me. And at the Comedy Store, that's Cruelty Inc. Mm-hmm. You know, that's Cruelty Inc.
Oh, all the door guys hated me when
That's
I first
Cruelty Inc.
showed up.
You know, and you know, you've been in it for a couple of years before, and I know you 10 years, you know, from the store, and you're in it, and you're always smiling. And you got to remember one thing, and always, if you look at women's careers, I was talking to somebody yesterday at Steve Simone's part about women with music. I've always been a fan of women with music, but if you look at a lot of women, starting with Ricky Lee Jones, their first album was sensational. The second album bombed. And then they didn't recover. Edie Brickell and the New Barbarians never recovered. Sheryl Crow's second album wasn't that good. The third one was good, you know. And you look at all these women and you see that sometimes they just go away. Sometimes their ovaries get in the way. Sometimes a woman's ovaries get in the way, dog.
Yeah.
And you can't fight Mother Nature. And they just go away and they become writers or whatever. And it's great when you see women who stick it out. From all the girls at the store when you were there, I don't see nobody no more. I don't see Rita Jones. I don't see Kim Tavares. I don't see, Marilyn died. I saw the chick that looks like Barbara Streisand last week.
Who's that?
I forget the Jewish chick, real funny, cute chick that looks like Barbara Streisand from back in the day. But, you know, I don't know what the percentage is for guys sticking it out with comedy. But I wonder what the percentage is with women. Like when you thought about going back that leg, you had no reason to feel bad about it. Even looking back at it now, because how many fucking people really stay out here?
Wait, did I feel bad? I felt bad when I
You
left.
said that when you left after.
Yeah, I mean, I wish that I had the work ethic then that I have now, and like, I wish I knew then that all I had to do was stick with something and just be patient. I was just really impatient. I was like, I'm not super successful and famous after 2 years. Bye. Like, that was like my mentality. Because I think also because things happen kind of fast for me here. Like, getting past at the store right away, I was like, oh, I guess I don't really have to work that hard. I just get things. Not in like a bratty way. It was just, I was naive. You know, and I was like, well, I think I have like good, and I read a lot of self-help books. And so I was like, well, I have like good energy. So like my karma will like really help. But like, yeah, good energy and karma has to go hand in hand with hard work. And I wasn't, you know, I was like not
How old
doing.
were you when you committed to comedy? Like you're talking about, you weren't committed. You were something would slam the door and you would move the other direction.
I think I really committed at 30.
Well, God bless you. It took me 32 or 33 to go. I've done everything. Like I was just a fucking failure.
Oh, I felt like a huge failure when I was 30.
I was just a failure. I mean, when I left high school, I signed up for college. I flunked after. I didn't flunk. I was making 75 carrying rolls of fucking roof paper up a roof, and my rent was $125 a month, and I had to get up and go to classes, and I didn't really know what the fuck I was going to classes for. Like, I was like you, like, why am I taking these classes if I'm not going to finish this? I don't know what I want to be. I don't want to be a doctor. That's too hard. I want to be something in 2 weeks. I need something in 2 weeks. I was always the 2 week dude. So if I get a job next week, Julie, as the fucking janitor, can I be a TV anchor man in 2 weeks? Like, that was my
Yeah, that's how I
mentality.
used to be.
You know, so it's like I got a job, a roof, and then I went to like a vocational school for plumbing. But once I found out you had to stick your hand in the toilet with shit, that wasn't going to work. So fuck plumbing. So I was going to become a painter, but I didn't like heights. And then I was going to clean windows. You know, it was like everything had an excuse.
Yeah.
Like, and then my friends would work hard to get me a job that paid money. Then it was, why would I do this for $8 an hour? Then my friends would go, what if we got you a union fucking loading truck, $22 an hour? I'll do it. I'd do it 3 nights and go, this sucks.
Yeah.
Because then I'd say, I'm 18. What am I going to be doing when I'm 30? Loading fucking trucks. So everything I would go do, I'd always read through between the lines. I sold cars. I was a closer at a car dealership. I flunked at that. It was like, I got a job at Bennigan's as a cook so I could become a bartender, because you had to be a cook first so you could get into the bartending program.
Really?
Oh my God, you know, and then they would give me these curveballs. I got into the electrician union, but they wanted my high school algebra grades. What's that got to do with fucking getting electrocuted?
How good of a cook are you at Bennigan's?
Do you think when I'm getting fucking electrocuted, I'm going to be thinking about my algebra grades if 3.14 equal pi, whatever the fuck it is?
It does.
Huh? Let me tell you what happened at Bennigan's. I must have lasted maybe 3 hours. Those when I used to rob gas stations in Jersey. I used to go to these gas stations and get a job as an attendant because they pumped gas in Jersey.
Yeah.
So I was addicted to it. I was doing like 2 a week for like $2,000-$3,000. I'd have my friends pick me up. I would get a job as Julia Rossi. I would apply for the midnight shift. They would go, what kind of hours? Well, if you apply for 8 to 4, they're going to do reference checks. But how many fucking people come in here and volunteer from 12 to 8? They'll just hire you. Can you show up at 4 today? I don't know. I got plans, but yeah, I'll be here at 4 if you need me, I guess. And they'd say every time you get $1,000, drop it in the hole. I would keep it, and after I had like 3,000, I'd call you and say, pick me up. I'm gonna give you 3 bills. Meet me down the corner. I just get in the car. So here I am in a fucking Bennigan's, getting yelled at by black people to fucking make baked potato. What are those potato skins? Let me tell you something. I hate fucking potato skins. I've hated potato skins since I was 10. Either give me the fucking mashed potato with the skins, or take the fucking skins and throw them in the garbage and make the mashed potatoes. But don't fill up a fucking dead potato skin with bacon and sour cream and expect me to eat that communist shit. You might as well put ranch dressing in there and kill me once and for fucking all.
I think they have those.
But I fucking went nuts. I had to make like 200 as a prep. I had to make 200 of those baked potato shells things. And that was it. I went around the gas station. I was like, fuck this. I don't need this shit. Fuck you.
I worked at this was like in high school. I worked at a bagel place, Brugger's Bagels.
I took over for you.
And this guy because these are the kind of people that I had crushes on. This guy that I had a crush on worked there from high school, and he once put his hand down his pants, and I heard the ripping. He ripped all his a handful of pubes out, and then threw them in the cream cheese, and then served cream cheese to this woman, and thought it was hilarious. And I and I am so moral, and I wanted to tell on him, but then I was like, but then he's not gonna like me, and I was like, oh God. Like, I think about it all to this day. I'm like, I can't believe I let my fucking like crush insecurity. Then he like friended me on Facebook, and I wanted to write back. Remember you fucking ripped your pubes out? How would you like to do something like that to your daughter that you have pictures of all over your Facebook? And granted, he was 16.
Maybe the lady liked pubes. Maybe when she bit into that sandwich, she said, "You know what? Somebody put a fucking pube. It's my lucky day."
Oh no, pubes.
Yeah. Maybe she wanted pubes up. A lot of people like pubes, Julia Rossi, just not you.
No,
a lot of people like pubes.
Really?
And they spit them out and they rub them on their face and shit. I like Brugger's bagel, a nice poppy seed with cream cheese and some turkey with a tomato,
and some pubes.
With salt and pepper and some pubes.
No, when you live in New York, though, you can't go to Brugger's.
No, you don't. That's for fucking Gentiles. It's like I was in Long Island and I saw a guy in the elevator with like fucking Domino's pizza.
I hate that. I can't.
A
Or like
10-year-old.
Little John or Papa John's. Oh my
God.
When you see someone go to Papa John's or Domino's in New York, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with
you? They
you?
have Olive Garden on Times Square. And when you want to just sit out there with a fucking missile and just shoot people, pick them off, that would be tremendous. Just to shoot people outside of Olive Garden in Manhattan and then go on like pirate TV on the news. We will shoot you in New York. You want to go to Olive Garden, go to Burbank, bitch.
And then an Olive Garden commercial would come up like right after you.
When you hear, you get shot. Where's Tony Bennett, cocksucker?
I've been trying to put it on for a while.
Is this the music that will play while we shoot people?
No, this is us.
No, he would.
I wanna be around.
Oh shit!
If you went on a rampage, Joey, I could see.
Shut the fuck up, cocksucker! This is Tony Bennett.
Somebody breaks.
On a bad day, I think I have his nose.
He's a beautiful man.
Yes, he's a man. That's the word. That's the key word.
How old are you? How fucking high are you, Lee?
Oh my god.
Good. We're gonna eat another star here.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. We're going deep.
Look at that.
We're going deep tonight.
How many of these did you eat? The gummies?
I had one full of those,
Green.
and
Hornet.
then I had about 50 milligrams of that big star.
What's the big? Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
This one here.
So it's
Monday
gonna be a
night.
fun
It's
night.
Monday Night Madness.
Yeah.
We're missing Duke against Wisconsin right now, but who gives a fuck? We're doing a podcast. We're talking about Julia. You know what I'm saying?
How bad do they feel though?
Who?
Kentucky.
Everybody and their mother had Kentucky.
I know.
Every bookmaker's at home going, who gives a fuck about the final? Everybody had Kentucky, and we fucking. I don't know what the line was, so I really can't tell you.
I can't contribute anything to this.
No, you don't know. Shit, you don't want to know. I don't even want to know. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
I don't
Lee
watch
knows
it.
about everything. He knows about baseball, but when he talks about the Boston Red Sox, he goes, "We." Like he's
Oh.
the bat boy.
I know
or
to
some
do that.
shit.
Do you do that thing where you're like, when they win, you go, "We won"? But
Yeah,
then
all
you go,
the
"They."
time.
But then when they lose, you go,
Wait.
"They lost."
No, he goes,
Probably.
We won. Brady threw three touchdowns. I knew we were gonna win because the defensive back was lacking. Leo go fucking.
I
bad.
wish I knew that much about football.
You bad motherfucker. So what's for dinner? You got any leftovers over
Yeah.
there? Tassa Lee?
Yeah, she gave me leftovers.
What
so.
do you got? How many you got tonight?
No, it's just like it's like a dish. It's like some beef. It's like spicy sauce.
You got a couple tamales, anything?
No, not
A couple
tamales.
fucking those things you wrap them with tortillas.
Tortillas. No.
Tortillas, nothing.
She makes them though. They're really good.
They're very good. You're very lucky. You have a nice. Did you bring her flowers yesterday? No, because Paul wanted to go home like a fucking sleuth. We go to this. I'm telling you, we went to this party yesterday.
For
I don't
Easter?
fuck. Listen, I don't fuck around.
Oh, wait, Steve's house, you
That's
said, right?
Steve's
I know
house.
Steve.
Steve's a great guy, but everybody brought these nice desserts. I showed up with a Carvel cake. We just sank the boat. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
Carvel just fucking overthrows everything.
The best part about the cake is something. What did it say?
Happy birthday. Yeah. Jesus came out of the cave. Happy birthday, right or wrong? What do you say when you pop out of a cave after 3 fucking days?
Hey.
And they thought you were dead. Happy birthday. Here I am, cocksuckers, slinging dick and giving out pube hairs. Fuck it.
Oof. It was Happy Birthday was written in pubic hairs.
Nah, it was written. But it was fun. Thank you for Steve Simone for having the show. It was a lot of fun to make it feel like home, and he made a great lasagna. But Lee was like eating every fucking cake.
Oh,
and
well, they had
cupcake and fucking Oreo. And I'm like, why
That's
are
what I
you wasting
brought.
your calories on all this garbage?
No, the Oreo cupcake
You know
was
what
good.
this shit did you take the Oreo cupcakes home?
No, I couldn't.
Were they good? What was
Oh.
what was it? Oreo filling or Oreo on the top?
For the frosting.
In the top and in
Yeah.
the fucking thing too?
No, I only had
So did you
one.
eat the whole cupcake?
I had one cupcake. Yeah.
You're only supposed to eat the frosting, you fuck.
What?
See what I'm saying?
You have to have it.
So I gotta do with this
But
fucking guy.
oh wait, I wanted to say something. I
What do you wanna
got
say?
too high last week, and it was Token Lair's birthday. And
Happy
I forgot to
birthday,
say happy
Token
birthday,
Lair.
Token
He's a
Lair.
good
He's
dude.
40.
He's recovering. Everything's all right.
He's doing awesome.
He got his kidney from Mexico.
I don't know what he got from where, but yeah, I was too high.
Happy birthday, Talking Lay. He's a good dude. Listen to the podcast. So what's next
happy
for Julia
birthday.
Rossi? What's going on in your world right now?
So
Why are you in LA?
Why I'm in LA? Well, I came to do shows and I came to record this or film this thing. Well, for True TV, How to Be a Grown Up. So I'm going to be on some episodes of that next season, and then for me, so I have my web series Seeing Other People with Brooke Van Poppelen that you can watch at seeingotherpeopleseries.com, and then I'm recording my new album at New York Comedy Club Thursday, June 25th. which I'm
And the New
excited
York
about.
Comedy Club is hopping.
Yeah.
Where is it? 30-something Street still?
20, I think it's 26 between 2nd and 3rd.
I remember one night I went, and a bunch of my buddies were there, and it was the guy who was there was the driver when we mugged the hooker when we were in high school. So this is 20 years later. He came with some friends. And
He came back for round two.
nah, he came over just to watch me, and I remember going for a walk. Like, I was nervous, you know. And in those days, I'd do comedy once a week, and it was always like a mind fuck, you know. Like, it was always like a big thing. I remember going for a walking right up to Spark Steakhouse where Paul Castellano got shot. Going, this is an omen. I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna die to that. Like going, I walked up on a dead crime scene. Now I'm gonna die on stage. You know, like I just. But he was very good to me always at the New York Comedy Club in the beginning. He let me go up a couple times. That's fucked up. That was such a long time ago.
I feel like when I was at the Comedy Store it was forever ago. I mean, 10 years ago. It feels like a long time ago.
Well, the beauty of it is, like, I see girls like you and Kyra Sultanovich, and I look at you. You've grown up into a woman. You're a beautiful woman.
Oh, thank you.
When I first met you, you were just a young fucking girl. You know, I don't know if you were scared, and I was just breaking your balls before. But I still remember your Italian brown eyes. I'm like, this was all new to you, you know. You're in the fucking major leagues at the Comedy Store. You know, for people, I've said it 1,000 times. When you go to the Comedy Store, even if you just go there to hang out, you feel like you're getting watched. Like you're being watched at all times. Like you're in the major leagues. You just don't get into stroll into the Comedy Store. Especially for somebody like you that had been on stage a couple times. I never knew that. You know, Mitzi liked you and threw you to the wolves. She saw something.
Yeah.
So what she saw, she was correct. You're still in the game. You just wasn't no flash in the pan. But she threw you, you know, she put you up early. I remember that, right?
What do you mean, early in the night?
Yeah, like would she put you up at 9 or would she put you up at midnight?
No, she would put me at the OR all different times. And then I think the first time I did the main room was like the all-girls show, my 3rd month there. And then I would host open mics sometimes, the potluck on Sundays once in a while. I remember this, I think the first time I ever hosted potluck, Dice came in, did like, you know,
3 hours,
whatever it was, and then so I went outside, I hung out, and then he was like, where's that dummy who's hosting, get that dummy back on stage. And again, because I didn't know, I was just like, don't call me a dummy. Like I like got on stage and got all like feisty about it. And then there was other time Eddie Griffin was upstairs and he was just making these horrible rape jokes. They just had no fucking good. They're
in
bad.
the original one?
No, upstairs in the belly room. He did these like, and I didn't know who he was because I was just like so new to comedy, and he made these horrible rape jokes, and I had just gotten to LA with my sociology degrees, so I was like, can't talk about women like that. And I was like, well, the only way that Eddie can get laid is if he rapes a girl, then I'm not surprised. And the audience fucking went bananas. And then one of the door guys was like, you know that's Eddie Griffin, right? And I was like, I don't know who that is. Like that was the attitude I had. I wasn't it wasn't that I was like super confident. I just was clueless. You know what I mean? And I want a little bit of that again, of that like, whatever. Like, I don't know who that is. He's not going to put me in fucking Undercover Brother or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, what? So, that was my time there.
I just hear horror stories from girls in comedy. And you read them. Holy shit. What the fuck happened?
I just moved and the whole table just...
Holy shit. It's... You know, listen, I'm not going to tell you. I never busted a girl's balls at the Comedy Store for her talent. You know, I'd bust her door. I'd bust her balls. Maybe late night we're drinking and you had a couple cocktails and you're doing drugs or something. But I never really got into it. But there was one girl at the Comedy Store that till this day, I don't remember what her name is. We got into a conversation one night. She came into the Comedy Store and she wanted just to do a spot. And I go, I wish I could help you. And she goes, if anybody could help me, it's you. You could help me. You're the host. It was like on Sunday night. Mm-hmm. And I go, I don't know you. Mm-hmm. And she goes, I'm from Cincinnati, or wherever the fuck she was. And, you know, Mitzi Shore's in the building. And if Mitzi would see me. And I just didn't let her up. I couldn't do anything. I remember going to the window guy, and the guy said, he's going to be a regular, bro. You're going to get yelled at and shit, you know. And I always felt guilty about that I didn't put her up. I never seen her again. I don't know if she ever did comedy again. She had like glasses and red hair, and she said she had featured for all these people, and she was a regular at some club in Cincinnati, whatever the hot club was then, Go Bananas, I think, whatever. But I wasn't mean to her. You know what I'm saying? I was telling her the truth. She took it like if I was me. Like when we were outside, she goes, if I suck your dick, you put me on stage. And I go, I didn't say that. You did. I'm just saying, I can't put you up. This is not my... But I never busted a girl's balls about her talent. One night, Lemaire was on stage, and I was really stoned. And I was on the side of the Comedy Store. And sometimes, you don't even need to be stoned. Sometimes you're just thinking of a thought. Sometimes your mind is just blank. And just like that guy that didn't know he had the earphone, that he thought he was whispering, Lemaire was up on stage and she said, I've never, ever had plastic surgery in my life. And me, in the back of my mind, I said, stop it. And I thought I was saying it to myself in my head.
Oh, no.
And she's like, stop. Who said that? And me and John Caparulo was on the other side. We just died because I didn't knew I had said it. You know, there was the girl who sued Don Barris. What was her name?
Oh, I don't know.
She just made a comeback to the store. You know,
Why did she sue Don Barris?
Because Don Barris used to torment her. But she used to get up onto the store and just die. She was an older Italian woman from Brooklyn, Judy Canciati.
She sued Don Barris?
Yes, she took him to court or something like that. So Judy Canciati would get on stage at the fucking Comedy Store, and I would cut through the outside bar. And if you go through the outside bar, you could get behind the stage in the original. And I drop my pants, and I go behind them, just open the curtain and close it. So she would come up to me after with a bunch of us and go, that was the best set of my life. Like, she didn't know I was getting behind her and opening up the curtain and showing people my dick, and people would die of laughter. And I closed the curtain, and I just sit back there for 10 minutes. I did shit like that.
Yeah.
But I never tortured the girls like I hear women get fucking tortured at the store. Like,
I mean, there was 2 guys in particular that were just super nasty. There were door guys that eventually were like non-paid and then maybe paid after. I don't really know, but they hated me. I was nice. I was whatever. They just hated the fact that I walked in there, got made a paid regular right away, and didn't pay my dues or whatever. And they were just fucking horrible to me. There was this one time, but all the other door guys were great to me. And everyone who, I mean, Chewy was always had my back, and there was a lot of people that were really sweet to me. And I get it. I get that you're mad that, I guess you worked hard looking at IDs, and you're mad that I'm funny and talented and happy. Really mad that I'm happy. Super mad that I was a happy person. And there was this one night that I was hosting potluck on a Sunday, and these 2 guys were the door guys. And remember that pimp that would come? Do you remember there was a pimp that would dress like a pimp? I don't know if he was a comic or what.
was he a big guy or a shorter pimp? Because I remember
That's a fucked up question.
I remember the tall pimp.
No, I think he was the shorter. He was a black guy, a big hat, like purple or I don't know what he had, but
purple jumpsuit.
He
the worst pimp name I've ever heard.
He interrupted me, or he interrupted I don't know what, but he was causing he was getting aggressive and coming toward the stage, and I was yelling for door guys to come help me. They just stood in the door and laughed at me and didn't come help me. And that was one of the situations I was like, so this guy could hit me. You know what I mean? That was probably the only time that I felt really scared as a woman, and just also felt really hurt, because I was like, it's okay if you don't like me, but your job is to protect the comics, and you're not doing it. And that was the only time I felt...
Fucking pimp.
Yeah, I felt really... my gender really, do you know what I mean? I was really aware of my gender, because I wasn't really aware of my gender when I was there. And I'm not really I'm aware of my gender in comedy in that I speak from a female perspective, because I'm a woman and I don't know any other perspective. But I'm not really that aware of my gender in that, I'm not as funny as... I don't, maybe because I've been doing it a while, but I don't even like to acknowledge that anymore.
You guys have your own world.
Yeah, but
you guys have your own thing. I mean, I would never fucking want to compete with a woman at all.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's so funny. I did that. This is not happening, and when it went online, I just looked at the first couple comments, but I won't.
Oh, you shouldn't do that.
I know, but I wouldn't get in the hole. But I looked at the first few.
I would never look at those comments.
I know. But I was like, well, let me just, because some people said nice things, and I was like, oh, this one guy. So my story is about I get shit on my hand. And then at one point in the story, I also shit in Tupperware. That's in my story that happened. And this one guy writes, ugh, another female comic talking about typical female comic stuff. I was like, what other female comic shat in Tupperware? I would love to meet her because I feel so alone about the fact that I shat. You know what I mean? Like, another typical female topic. Like, what is female comedy stuff? And also, of course I'm going to talk about female stuff. I'm a fucking woman. So that's definitely been a switch, I think, for me in the past couple years. Was like, I think there was a while in the middle where I tried to pull back a little bit on talking about, like, anything that was too female because I didn't want to alienate. And this is when I was going through, like, the comedy identity crisis that I think a lot of comics go through. But then, like, in the past few years, like, even more so now, I'm like, what else can I say about my period? What else can I say about tits and shitting? And, like, I don't fucking care anymore. Like, it's real shit, and smart, intelligent men will appreciate it. And idiots that hate women and will always hate women will hate it. And, oh, well, they're not my audience. And I feel bad for them. I really do. I feel bad for angry men because life could be so much nicer.
I've always had a weird respect for women in comedy because I know how dangerous they can be.
Mm-hmm.
A woman gets pissed off, she could be fucking dangerous up on stage. Like, if I was a woman and guys fucked with me, I'd do what guys do, is you eat a roast beef sandwich and you get the pen and piece of paper and go to work. And go up there and lash out, like just lash out. Not go up there and say fuck man and just...
Yeah.
But I've always been a fan of that shit. Like, I've always been... I like watching women kill. I like to watch a woman kill. Over the last couple of years, everybody has stupid opinions about women comedy. First of all, I hate when they say women comedy. We're all comedians.
Yeah.
I always hate it, and I played the game when I got here about Latino comedy, black comedy. Look, at the end, we're all fucking comics.
Yeah.
Just come on down and watch the fucking show,
But also...
That's it. What's the big fucking deal?
But also, I remember talking to someone about women in comedy, and she was a comedian. She was like, well, when I used to work in computer programming, I also experienced sexism. And then, like, someone else was like, yeah, I know it's a all these articles that come out about women in comedy and sexism and all this stuff, like, I get it, but I'm also like, but it's not comedy that's sexist. The world is sexist. Every industry has sexism. It's the sadness of society. Not all guys. I love men. If I didn't love men, this wouldn't hurt me so much. Do you know what I mean? Because I know a lot of men who are wonderful and respectful and don't fucking freak out at the word feminist. All feminist means is you think men and women should be treated equally and with kindness. And when I hear a woman say, oh, I don't like to be called a feminist, I'm like, the fact that you had the right to say that out loud makes you a feminist. You know what I mean? Like, just, I don't know. To me, life's pretty easy.
If I tell you something,
yeah.
Would you hold it against me, any of you guys?
What?
I don't even know what feminism means. I don't give a fuck. See, I came from a single mom that was Cuban, and she had the immigrant mentality.
But you are a feminist. Everything you just said makes you a feminist. It means
what do you mean?
You
I don't even know what the fuck a feminist is.
I just told you what it means. It means that you think men and women should be treated equally.
That's never going to happen. I feel like we could have a thought that happens. I don't want my 2-year-old daughter to think she's ever going to be treated equally like a woman. She's not. Mm-hmm. It's just not going to fucking happen. They're going to tell you. They're going to blow smoke up your ass. It's like the gay football player. Come on, who kept him? Where did he play last year? Ain't going to happen. Ain't never going to happen. I want you to think that. I don't ever want you to think they're going to treat you the same.
Who's they, though?
Whoever these fucking morons are. The 2 doormen. Mm-hmm. At the comedy store. There's still people that live in 1940.
But it's not saying that you think... Of course, I know people aren't going to always treat me the same. That's because there's always going to be horrible people. But it's the same way as saying, like, telling a black person or a gay or whatever that they're... We all know discrimination happens. We all know that sexism happens. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. But if you as a person don't partake in that, then you shouldn't be...
A month ago, I'm walking past the fucking TV at the hotel, right? We all go to bed, we put something on, mm-hmm. We wake up the next morning, we leave to breakfast, we don't pay the electrical bill, we leave it on. You come back, and they're in there talking, 3 black women and a white chick, but that they work at firms, and they're not making the same money that the guys in the office are. And I'm sitting there going, I agree that you deserve the same amount with the same education. But you're not going to fucking go for these motherfuckers don't think like that.
But it's never going to change if nobody talks.
Right. No. Oh, I agree with you. Where my wife used to work.
Yeah.
At the Hollywood Bowl. The one chick had the job, and they gave it to a guy. And when we went out to dinner, I looked at her and I go, how long I know you? You're in shock? You're in shock. You're a 40-year-old woman and this shocks you? You should be shot and hung. Because you know the fucking deal. And I don't want you to think that way. But I also want you to look behind the curtain. It's like when I call my agent and go, how come I'm going for pilot season? I'm a funny guy. Yeah, you're right, but you're also 52. They don't write a lot of roles for 52-year-old fat fucking dudes. I know this going in. You know, what the fuck are you giggling about, cocksucker? I don't want you to be mad at me. I'm just saying
No, I'm
that
not
this
mad
is
at
how...
No, I would be mad at you if you said that happens and it's okay. But so as a woman though, I'm not gonna say, oh, I know that happens. Guess I can't do anything about it and fucking roll over and play dead. You know,
not
like
at all. Not at
I'm
all.
gonna fight as hard as I can to get what I want.
To get what the fuck you want, absolutely.
And every man and woman should do that. But like those women on TV have to talk about it, or else people are gonna. Even if one person hears those women talk on TV and starts to do their business differently, then it made a difference. I know it's not as much, but isn't it also kind of weird that, like, if there's sexism towards men, like, no one really seems to care about it? Where is there sexism towards men?
I don't know. I'm way too high right now to know the answer to that, but my girlfriend and I were talking, and I forget. But there's certain industries, I guess, where they have female-only magazines, or I don't know, certain jobs that are geared towards only women. I don't know exactly right now, but there has to be some
I'm having a real hard time feeling sympathetic.
2 points from me. Listen, guys, I was raised in the 70s, and I was raised with a woman who lost her husband, and she loved him dearly, and he left her some options, and she made the right choice, and she went and she worked hard every day, and I saw her gunning out with men. So I've always cheered for women, because that's where I came from. My dad died. My balls didn't come from my dad. My balls came from my mom. When I got beat up and lied to her that I didn't, the next day I came home and she took me to the park and she goes, pick one of these motherfuckers. You're fighting today. I came from one of those fucking houses. So that's why I never listened to none of that propaganda, because a woman takes what the fuck she wants to take. It's up to her. It's up to her. You could listen to all this shit, but these motherfuckers really don't believe it. They just tell you that to comfort you. You know that. They just tell you that to comfort you, but in the back of their minds, they still got a 6 fucking foot-inch dick. But it's the woman who goes, I don't give a fuck about your dick. I'll take that motherfucker. I'll chop it off, stick it in your throat, stick it in your ass, and I'll stitch it back on like Frankenstein's floor. That's the woman that I want to be with. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no fucking meat broad either.
That's fucked up.
That's true, but that's how a woman has to think in today's society. So that should never happen.
He's going to accuse you of being sexist toward men.
Okay,
Talk about cutting off.
Listen, bro.
Yeah.
If Julia walks into this office, if tomorrow Julia comes in here, whatever her fucking name is, Miss Rousey comes in here tomorrow and says, Joey, I want a job with you at the podcast. I'm like, okay. And the first day she comes in here, I go, Julia, your ass is banging. And she giggles and turns around. Julia just lost the fucking war. What? Julia just lost the battle. If Julia turns around and goes, Joe, we've been friends for 10 years. Listen, don't ever fucking say that to me again. Julia is either going to get fired, I'm not going to talk to her, or I'm going to give her all the respect in the world. Where I come from, I'm going to give you all the respect in the world because you turned around and told me to go fuck myself. 60% of these Gentiles that walk around L.A., they'll fire you. Or they'll stop talking to you because you called them out. Me, I'm old school. I'll go home and say she's a fucking cocksucker. But that next day while I'm shaving, I said she had some pair of balls. She weighs $110 with ziti in her pocket, and I weigh fucking 300 pounds. And she called me up. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So a woman takes what the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
I'm old school. If a woman's gonna walk in and then 2 years from now say Joey sexually harassed me, but you stay there for 2 fucking years, so go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You should have called him out the first fucking day. And I know you need the job. I know you got a kid at home. But you know what? You're a woman. You got nice titties. Go shake those motherfuckers up at Caesar's Palace up there. Whatever. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But it's better than sitting on a TV and say, I get beat on every day. You follow me? I don't ever want a woman to hear that. I have a wife. I went to Eddie Bravo's tournament last month, and it was all these jiu-jitsu men. But the star of the tournament was a 9-year-old Chinese girl, a Korean girl, Gustafson, Gloria Gustafson. And I watched this fucking woman fight a woman that was this 9-year-old girl fight a girl that was 15 pounds heavier and taller than her. And I saw her throw this girl around with jiu-jitsu because she used great technique. And it brought me to tears. I got so emotional. The next day, Eddie goes, what did you think? And I call him. I go, Eddie, that makes me, seeing that little girl do that gives me hope for my daughter that she'll never fucking get thrown in a bush on her back. Do you understand me? That women are fucking real, man. So I don't know what the fuck feminist is. I don't know what anti-women means. I don't know none of that shit. I want a woman to be fucking strong.
Yeah, but and teach girls jujitsu, but someone should also teach boys not to throw girls in bushes. That's one of my biggest. That's one of my.
But I want you to be prepared for that motherfucker in the bush.
Agree, I
don't want you coming home and saying, "Daddy threw me in the bush." Fuck you. Go get a stick and beat that motherfucker tomorrow in front of the stand.
But there should also be. Women should.
You
take
come from an Italian house. You know what I'm talking about.
Women should take self-defense, absolutely, but it shouldn't always be like girls. There's all this. It's all information about how girls should protect themselves. Someone should be teaching boys, hey, don't rape. Cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty.
Well, don't you think they do? I mean,
not as much.
Don't you think it's just someone's a bad person? Was it?
How much do you have to hate a woman to take her in a bush?
I know.
And take her, how much do you have to hate a woman? I like to have a good time. I like to stick my finger up some woman's ass. We all do, Julia. You
with
know what
permission.
You do a couple Coke Rocks. We drink some wine. I like eating some ass. I'm a freak, but I sweat on my mother's grave. I never could put a pill in a woman's drink and fuck her while she's passed out. It's just not my. Even though I'm horrible in bed, I come in a minute. I would never dream of doing that to a woman. That's just not. I love my mom. I don't know what it's got to do with. I don't know what the fuck it's got to do with. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Why would somebody do something like that?
Man, this conversation took a turn. Huh?
Why would somebody wait in a bush and grab you by the throat and try to take your pants off?
I mean, there's so many
simple?
reasons.
I just don't get it. I never understood that. I never understood how a man could have a picture of a 5-year-old on the computer. I understand how if a drug dealer walks in here right now and he's got a kilo of coke, I understand I could put the gun to his head and take it from him. I get that. I never understood how pornography. I never understood none of that shit. But that's just me. Yeah. I also never understood stealing a car. You know, when they pull you over, you're in the car. I can't talk myself out of that.
Huh. What about Aaron Hernandez?
That's fucking crazy. He was doing PCP. Who the fuck does PCP in 2015? I think it's bullshit. I think he was smoking dope, but he's blaming on the PCP. They all do. Back to Julia Rossi here. So that's my feminism stuff.
I think we solved it. I think all the listeners are going to become kind humans after this conversation.
Oh, they got to do something. You know, they got to do something. It's weird you talked about the pimp. You know, the Comedy Store went through a lot of different phases. Like, and when did Tupac get shot? 96 or 97. But like from 90 to 93, Tupac hung out at the Comedy Store.
Really?
That bullet hole in the fucking stage by the main room is Tupac. There was a shootout in the main room.
I had no idea.
It was Tupac.
But she was shot in 96.
She saw like in 93, 92, there's rumors of the store having, you know, it was a black club. Eddie Griffin was the star. Mm-hmm. And Tupac would go up there and see him, and Martin Lawrence. Mm-hmm. And they had gun detectors at the door.
No
really?
way.
Yeah, at the Comedy Store. You know, and then it calmed down for a while. Mm-hmm. But then there's the pimp you talked about. But I don't know if you guys remember the guys from St. Louis that robbed the bank. They used to hang out at the store with Chewy. And they had a phone place down in Compton, down there, right in Crenshaw, down in a bad neighborhood. They had a phone place where you went to get pages. This is 98. And he would buy phones. So at night at the store, I would be flat broke, and I would hang out at the store, and I would wait for somebody to go to the window and say, I lost my phone. Did anybody find it? And I'd run and take their fucking phone and take them to the place the next day and sell them. That's how broke I was. You know, you got to do what the fuck you got to do at the store. But they hung out at the store all the fucking time. Then they robbed this bank, and they all went to jail for a long time. But they were at the store every night.
Wait, you stole phones from people at the store?
No, I didn't steal them. I stole them from the lost and found box, is what I'm saying. Like, I would go in the afternoons and go, anybody find the phone last night? And they go, no, why? Go look downstairs. And I would go downstairs and take all the cell phones, like 2 of them, and take them down to that guy, and he'd give me like $80. Whatever. At least I'm honest about it. But it's weird the different generations of thieves that have hung out at the Comedy Store. Like, you remember the pimp. There was a couple pimps, and there was a chick he used to pimp out that lived in Ari's building next to the sandwich place. What's next to Ari's building?
Pink Dot.
Pink Dot. She was like a mulatto girl. She was mixed and she had an afro. And she
Did
had
you? I've not heard anyone use that other than my father.
And she had sores around her lips. So listen to me. It was in Complex. It was Brian Holtzman, Ari, and Princess Corey.
I don't know Princess Corey.
Princess Corey used to be the talent coordinator. She used to be married to Freddie Soto.
Oh.
So Princess Corey, this is way before she became the talent coordinator. She was the bartender at the store. So she did blow. I did blow. So I would hang out with Princess Corey from time to time, do a couple bumps. So Princess Corey would have after parties at that place. And I remember one night I went to that place and I was snorting blow. And the pimp looked at me and he goes, "You looking to meet somebody tonight?" And I didn't know he was a pimp. I go, "What are you talking about?" I didn't know. It was like 3 in the morning. And he pointed to the mulatto girl with the sores on her feet and shit. She looked like Jesus with them sores on her feet and shit. I was like, how are you pimping this fucking hemophiliac out? And that's the last time I seen her. I don't know what happened to her. She used to buy coke from Chewy. All those people. Chewy Drew, all those people. And Slash, Tommy Lee used to come there at night. It was fucking crazy. The store, when I got there, it was crazy. But then you came years later, fucking little Julia Rossi, look at her walking around like Rocky's wife, all shy. Look at her now, she's a fucking big girl now, you know what I'm saying? How you feeling, Lee Cocksucker? You gonna go home and eat those tacos?
Yeah. And they're not tacos, but yeah.
What are they?
They're just meat. Meat and potatoes.
Just meat.
Oh no, Lee will fucking kill. Lee goes home now. He'll kill that motherfucker tonight.
The mother used to work at a restaurant, so she doesn't know how to make like small portions.
And he'll walk over to Menchie's and get a fucking little yogurt, frozen
Oh no, I
yogurt.
can't leave the house.
Let me give some shout outs here. My main man, Jose Velasquez, and Amber having a little baby up in Ventura. I did that Chinese restaurant up there, the Hong Kong Inn, on Friday night. You got to get on this. Tremendous. My man Camilo books it. Fucking great little comedy community. There's like 5 young comics go up first. The shrimp and lobster sauce was not bad. The shrimp fried rice was off the fucking chain.
What was good about it?
The shrimp were good. It tasted authentic. It didn't have a lot of peas and carrots to throw you off. Like, I'm on a very vegan.
Oh, you don't like peas and carrots? I like it.
I don't like that much. I don't want it overwhelming the fucking pork, the shrimp fried rice. You understand me? But I had a good time up there. My girl. So one more shout out to Jose Velasquez, big time fan of the podcast. He knows I love him. Leia Hernandez, you sexy bitch. Michael Huizar, Saul Wren, Joey Collins, Will Sasso's calf, Adam Dumac, and Lori Punky 42, you sexy bitch. You know I love you too. You know what I'm saying? What else, Lee? What else you got planned this week? You went to the gym today?
Yep.
You got to burn off that Carvel fucking cake you ate yesterday.
Yeah.
How many meatballs you eat? Tell me the truth.
2.
I had 3.
They were good.
They were delicious. Fucking delicious. I love Italian food. You cook?
I do cook.
What do you cook, Julie?
I make really good meatballs. I do pasta, homemade pasta sauce, tiramisu.
Oh, you're a bad motherfucker. You're married. You're a good chick to marry. You're good. What's going on with this guy from Chicago? You gonna marry this guy? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, we'll see.
Really? You like him that much?
Oh, I'm super.
And he's a headliner also?
Yeah, he just got to Chicago, or he just got to New York like almost 2 years ago, and he hosts this Sunday at the Knitting Factory. His name's Will Miles. He's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you get along with him?
I mean, ridiculously
And you want to
well.
travel with this fucking dude? This is why you're gonna become a comic, to get peace of mind, to go on the road and not so you get finger banged, but you go on the road to have different adventures, not to have some guy beating down your throat.
Yeah, we're starting a podcast and a show soon. We're gonna have like couples that are both like comics or couples that are both musicians and come on and talk about love and relationships and all that stuff. Yeah, I love working with him. He's awesome. Super happy.
Who else is a comic that's married? The guy Tom Carter.
Tom Carter.
His girlfriend.
There's
Luca Palenka and Tammy Pascatelli.
Segura.
Oh, okay.
Tom Segura and Christine Pazinski.
There's Bonnie and Rich
Voss, that's right. Yeah.
And then there's a lot of I know a lot of couples that are dating that I'm friends with that are comics.
It's very interesting how you go to this places during the week, and you don't even go in there with the intention of getting laid. You go in there with the intention of doing comedy and just whatever. then you start flirting with somebody. It's what a fucking weird scene it is, and you attract to somebody who I don't know. It's kind of weird when you first. I dated a comic. I liked it and I didn't like it. There were things I liked, and there were things I didn't like.
We're not competitive. That's I think the main thing that works. We're very, very, very supportive of each other's career.
No, it wasn't about the competitive. It was the shit like, if I got a gig, call the booker, see if he needs an opener, type deal, and you feel bad. I don't want to work with you. I love you to death. Let's just meet at the house about 1, all right? We'll drink some wine and we'll roll some joints. I don't want to be around you.
Yeah, see, we like working with each other, so.
Now you do.
Yeah, I don't know
4
if
years, 2 more years, you're like, listen, you go to the Upper West Side, I go to fucking Jersey. Leave me the fuck alone, all right? I'll be home at 1.
We'll see.
No, I wish you the best. No, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I always liked my getaway. My wife is an accountant, So when I go home at night, I ask her about business aspects of comedy. I don't have to ask her about talent aspects of comedy. So I didn't know what it would be to be on the couch and for her to come home and go, you know who this guy is? He called me a bitch or whatever. That would add extra drama to my fucking world.
Yeah.
Plus, I like getaways. I've always enjoyed going to places where people don't talk to me about comedy.
Yeah. We're pretty good at shutting off comedy
Once
talk.
you get home, yeah.
Yeah,
Once you
we
get
like
home.
smoke weed and watch Parenthood, and that's it. And then
And you live together now.
we're moving in together May 1st.
Jesus Christ almighty, what the fuck, Lee? Everybody wants to move together.
Yeah, he's this is his first time here. He loves it here, so now he's like, let's go to LA. And I'm like, okay.
Where's he tonight?
We're both. He's at a show called The Business, and then we're both doing a show at UCB at 11 called
Tonight?
Crash Test. Yeah,
On a fucking Monday night.
yeah.
The one in Los Feliz?
The one on Franklin
Yeah. Los Feliz.
Yeah.
Next to. Have you been there before?
to the upper. Oh no, not the one on Sunset. The other one.
Right. In Los Feliz. Have you been to that one?
Yeah. I just did a show there Saturday.
They got a place next door, like a chicken place.
Birds.
Birds.
Yeah, that's the one we're at tonight.
You go there, fucking go in there tonight.
Oh, I've eaten birds so many
The
times.
chicken soup.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit.
The soup. I would never
See what
get
I'm saying?
soup. Okay.
You see, yeah. You motherfuckers like Joe, you don't know what you're talking about. Listen to me. You don't go in. Anybody can make a fucking chicken. It's a shame we paid $10 for a chicken. Like, this was great. It's $10 for a chicken. You paid this fucking moron for salt and pepper and a good oven. But they do. But they do have great chicken soup. It's kind of spicy.
You're gonna hate me. I don't love soup.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
You think I walk up and down the street yelling out like soup? Who's got fucking mushroom soup and shit? The fuck is
I
wrong
would
with
love
you?
it if you walked
I'm
around.
just telling you that, you
Yeah,
know,
good chicken soup.
sometimes people go in there and what are your choices when you go in the fucking whatever? You get a half a chicken, a quarter chicken, a whole chicken,
Yeah.
chicken cacciatore, chicken flambe. You know what? I'm going to have a little chicken soup.
Thanks for the suggestion.
Yeah, you never fucking know. Maybe tonight after the show they want to go in there and get a drink. Everybody, why be like all the other morons? Oh, this chicken skin is, no, fuck you. I'm going to get the chicken soup. You're going to be so fucking happy you had it. It's got a little wang to it. It seems like a Puerto Rican made it, but not really. A white dude made it. It's Los Feliz. You know, what the fuck are you giggling about? You didn't know what Puerto Ricans cook like, you fuck.
Yes, I do.
Where do you live in the city, Julie?
Right now I live in Williamsburg, but I'm moving over to Borum Hill.
What do you think about Williamsburg? How much they changed it?
I mean, I like it because I'm used to it. I'm familiar with it, but I feel old now. Older. It's young.
It's fucking, every place is young. All these places that are hip don't become hip because 50-year-olds moved there and they're doing the bomba.
Yeah.
No, it's because 20-year-olds with tight pants and little fucking glasses are walking around saying this water tastes delicious. That's the only fucking
You love La Bamba reference.
What's that?
The La Bamba reference was great.
Come on, who do you think you're dealing with? Some fucking novice? I got 2-3 stars in me. I got a piece of that other shit. I got some dynamite in my pocket. I'm ready to go.
Well, thanks for the gifts. I'm leaving with all these.
Listen, man, I want you to partake. You know, I don't want you to drink and drive tonight or eat one of those edibles and drive. But when you get back to your apartment in New York, you take that taffy, you give half to your fucking fiance there. You put your robes on, right? You put on HBO. You watch a Scientology fucking documentary.
Yes.
Have you watched that shit?
I tried to watch some of it last night, but I was too high and I went
It's
to
too
sleep.
tough. Yeah, it's too.
I was getting scared. Like, it was
Yeah.
actually scaring me like a horror movie.
Why would you watch that?
It was good, but I was too high, and I was by myself, and it was just the music. It was intense. I couldn't do it.
You know, when you look at a cult like Jonestown, and they show you the people who are at Jonestown, you could tell these people were disenfranchised.
Yeah.
Some of them were black. Some of them were like, what's Benny Googoo's mother? What are those people? What's the fucking fat kid that the mother, Honey Boo Boo? They all look like Honey Boo Boo's mother. Those white
Did you
people.
say it first, Honey Goo Goo?
Yeah, whatever. Benny Goo Goo. I
Yeah.
don't fucking know. Honey Boo Boo's
Yeah.
mother. Like, look, those type of people. They go to Walmart. They play the lottery. They don't take care of themselves. They eat the mashed potatoes, Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's the best thing they've ever had in their life. You know, and there's just people that are like that. And some guy comes along and sells them something. And you can understand them giving. I knew a girl who grew up in a cult, and when she would tell me these stories, I could not process them. Like,
Yeah.
your parents did what? Your parents met this guy in Mexico, moved to Indiana, and you all lived on a farm, and you all killed pigs, and you ate every part of the pig. You even made Jell-O with the blood. And then on top of that, the guy fucked your mom and had kids with your mom while your dad slept in a separate room. And at one point, he had sex with all the girls while they were young. And your dad allowed this, and he's still alive. Like, he hasn't fucking put a gun in his fucking mouth and blown himself. And I would sit there when I was dating this girl and say to myself, in all my deepest times and all my addictions and going to prison, I never thought of moving to an island with some dude who weighed 400 pounds and told people he was Jesus Christ. And I bought that fucking envelope. Okay, so that's fine. There's two types of people there. But the people that go to Scientology and put the fucking Navy suit on and salute that, did you see all that shit? Or did I fucking see that by myself? There wasn't no fucking Puerto Ricans that were disenfranchised. These are white people that come from nice fucking houses and nice families. And one day they go, you know what? We're going to take a ride with this fucking guy and his Martians. Because they lie to you at first. It's a self-help course for like 2 or 3 years. Then after you get to the top levels and they start telling you about Argo, that he comes back and there was another civilization. You got to sit there and buy this fucking thing. Then they start terrorizing you. It's, Lee, you have to watch this. And I've heard this shit for years. My answer to people when they're on Hollywood Boulevard and they come to you and want to ask you what your IQ is, keep fucking walking.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what your fucking IQ is. Once you walk in that chamber of death, they have percentages. You think this William Hubbard, he owns billions of fucking dollars. Just 3 of his things. Did you see what they made? $100 billion, like over $1 billion. 3 of his things. He's got 20 fucking businesses. And he has percentages. Like if you walk into that fucking thing, if you're retarded to find out what your IQ is, they're going to get 62% of those fucking people. It's amazingly. They punish you. They throw you. They make you scrub windows and shit. And this is just mind-boggling. And when you look at these people, these are intelligent people. These are the same people that hang out at fucking Starbucks at 11 o'clock on their computers and tell you stories how they go into France in 2 years. Fuck them. What's up, my love? You got to go?
I do.
You got to go? You got to do what you got to do. I'm happy that you came out. Any dates you want to produce? Any dates you want to fucking yell out here?
Let me just make sure it's the right date. The CD recording or album recording, whatever it is now, June 25th at New York Comedy Club. It's like the main date, and then
Is there a website they can go to?
They can go to the New York Comedy Club website, which I think is just New York Comedy Club. And then I'm touring like New Orleans, Atlanta, Tennessee at the last week of May. So
go on your website.
Yeah,
What's
go to
your
my
website?
juliarozzi.com, GIULIAROZZI.com. And yeah, they can
You're a
follow
bad
me on
motherfucker. I wouldn't have had you on the
Thank
back
you.
up. You didn't have a lot of
I
heart.
love being a bad motherfucker.
You know, I love you to death. And I saw you at the This Is Not Happening. And I told you I got to get you on because there's something about you I like. I have a funny feeling about you. So,
Thank
all
you,
right.
Joey.
You know I love you. Stay
Oh,
black.
I love you too.
Lee, what are you going to do? You going to stare at me and fucking drool now? Like, get it together, cocksucker. You stare at me like I got the
That's
answer.
like the end of the podcast.
There ain't no end. She was leaving. I was going to talk to you and see what's crack-a-lack on
Wait,
you.
where's the bathroom?
That way there. He's got to give you a key, Lee. I don't have a key for the women's bathroom. I just got the key to the camera. No, I'm just teasing you. Look at your hair. Looks very nice. You've grown up. You're a woman now. Look at you. It's amazing when I saw you and Kira pregnant, and I'm like, Jesus, these girls used to run around the store and, you know, be cracking jokes. They're still in the game. And that's why I had her on. Just to, you know, you hear all these knocks against women fucking comics. And listen, man, so what? They're not your cup of tea. Maybe they're not going to fucking blow you out of the water the way a guy would. but they got something to say, dog. I seen Felicia Michaels make motherfuckers sweat, dog. I saw Felicia Michaels bury some fucking men. I saw a headline 20 years ago. It was something to fucking see. There's some deadly women out there, but I remember going to San Diego one time, to La Jolla. This is the type of respect I had. There used to be this comic at the store named Beaumont Bacon from Houston, Texas. They used to call her a female Sam Kennison.
Oh, no.
She had a lot of energy and a lot of fucking whatever. And she would go in the main room and destroy at the comedy store. She would destroy in the original room. Now, let me tell you the psychology of comedy. Every night has a different psychology. But Saturday night, just like the mafia, it's date night. Okay? So, what happens? If this room seats 240 people,
Right.
and it's date night, and you have a majority of fucking people in there dating, half of that audience is women.
Right.
You know what? How many fucking men could come on in front of women before they go, what the fuck, this is a sausage fest? And I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get women that go to things and they see 3 men. And they go home and go, that guy was funny, that guy was funny. There's a couple nights on Saturday nights that, look at Lee, his eyes are spinning his head, that women want to fucking go out and see a woman do comedy. So I go to the La Jolla Comedy Store. Wait till Julia comes in there. I go to the fucking La Jolla Comedy Store, and I get there. Mike Marino's there, and you got to hear this story real quick, Julia.
Yeah.
And Mike Marino's there, and he's co-headlining with Beaumont Bacon. And I get to La Jolla, and the first show, Beaumont Bacon is headlining, and Mike Marino is featuring. That's why when I get there, I go, do you want to go eat? And Mike Marino says, yes. And across the street from La Jolla Comedy Store, this used to be a great little sushi place / Chinese food. Great little Szechuan chicken with fucking the red peppers and shit. So while I'm eating with him, I go, that's weird that you let Beaumont headline this show and you're going to headline the second show. And he looks at me with the Chinese food in his mouth with a man's ego, and he goes, listen, I could follow anybody at the store. I could follow Beaumont Bacon. And in my mind, because I'm a fucking comic and I study the game, I go, I'm thinking, this is not a good move for him. Because everybody knows it's date night on Saturday and Friday nights. So the room is covered with fucking women. This isn't Thursday night where if there's 110 people, 80 of them are guys. Saturday's date night, you know? That's why I can't figure out what happened to you. But sometimes Saturdays is weird, late show. Sure enough, he's talking all this shit, how he could follow Beaumont. It's a 50-50 toss-up. If this chick would have gone fucking off, Mike Marino's going to have a long fucking night following her. Guess what Joey did? Joey says, I'm going to sit here and watch this debacle. Sure enough, she went up there and had the set of her fucking life. And you bet your ass Mike Marino died to the 30-minute fucking mark. That's the fear I have of women. Because it's different every fucking night. But on Saturday night, a woman could steal a fucking show, or even a Friday night. Thursdays, it's tough. There's no women go home, they want to watch love stories and fucking, 2020 and who got raped and whatever the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? I love you.
Bye.
Good luck.
See you soon. Bye.
Thank you for coming on, my love. And that's the fact, Jack. That's what happens. So that's the psychology of comedy sometimes. It really doesn't matter how funny the person is. You got to look at the majority who's in the room. I've seen Sam Tripoli at the store, inexperienced Sam Tripoli, up on stage on a Saturday night early show in front of parents talking about fucking ecstasy. He wasn't going anywhere. And Chinese people, it was a bus full of Asians. He's up there talking about ecstasy. They're staring at him like they don't know what the fuck, what's this guy talking about? Because that's the real deal. There's a lot more than just being fucking funny and just having funny jokes. A lot of it is the psychology of it. A lot of it is the fucking guy. Why do you think I never go out to credits?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. You don't want them thinking about it?
I don't want them focused on that I was on The Longest Yard, a grudge match, a Marin. I want them for me to be just another fat fuck that's coming on stage. You understand me? I don't want them, because I've seen 1,000 people comedians get there, and come here, Lee, you're the MC? Yeah. My name is Joe Diaz. Make sure you say Marin and The Longest Shot with Adam Sandler. Make sure you say The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Make sure. And you're up there, half your fucking 8 minutes is him in the back judging how you're going to say his fucking intro. Then he goes up there and the people forget you're a stand-up comic. They think this guy's a messiah. And now you go up there and you don't fucking deliver. They're focused in their mind on the fucking credits. They're not focused on what's coming out of your fucking mouth.
Right.
That's why when a girl has big tits, she's got to hide them. She can't go on stage with that cleavage, because, yeah, they look good on stage to guys, but every woman in the room is going to lock up on the fucking guys, on the women's, because she's got her tits showing. If she covers those monsters and puts a jacket over them, puts ace bandages over them and shit like that, and flattens them out a little bit, then she mixes a lot more. That's why I've never gone on stage and say white people or black people, because right away you split the audience in half. I saw a comic that was very funny, and I go on stage in the first 2 minutes. He said, "White, what do you call that when white people have, like, they have it coming to them?
White privilege?
White privileged." He lost the audience in the first 2 minutes. If he would have saved that joke to close, he would have gone out with that. It would have been a funnier joke. He would have got them to like him. But instead, he went up there and talked about a white privilege joke. So right away, the white people stand up straight. And the Mexicans start looking around, or the black people start looking around, or the Arabs start looking around. So you split the room in half. There's so many things that happen when you're on stage. And you get to learn them the more you get on stage, like jiu-jitsu, you know?
Yeah, I was watching a special the other night, and I was thinking something. You always talk about how you learned a lot about comedy by watching UFC. It's interesting to me to watch a comic. It seems like you guys have, like, do you have certain jokes that are like kind of like certain punches to, like, to test out where the audience is and which way to go?
Absolutely.
Like,
you have
I was watching the special and it wasn't going so well. It just seemed like he had like certain like things, and like it seems like sort of the same, like you can game plan for it.
Well, you hear of the great fighters that they throw a jab at you and they see what direction you're going to bob, and that's why they throw the punch the next thing. Comics have things that they say that feels out the audience. I hate looking at the audience and prejudging an audience. Like, I used to look and see a lot of people that were older, and right away I would tighten up. I can't say this joke. I can't say this joke. I can't say this. So I don't judge an audience no more. When I go up there, I do not look at the audience. I look at the lights. That's why I don't look at the audience till about 15 minutes, because I don't want to see their faces. I just want to see those lights. I'll talk to the fucking lights before I look at the audience. If I get up there on stage, I want a certain energy that I always can't tap into. So I take myself to a street corner in North Bergen when I was growing up on 76 and Kennedy Boulevard in front of Hashways. If we were too loud, Mr. Hashway would say to go away from the store if we were cursing. So sometimes in my mind, I put myself there so I get that same type of relaxed body energy. Because comedy is a lot of confidence, but if you're overconfident, you're going to bomb, because the audience reads that overconfidence. This motherfucker's cocky. You ever go to see a comedy show and the guy's cocky and he's not even fucking funny? It's not that he's not funny. It's that his cockiness is beating his funniness. He's funny, but his cockiness is winning. What you want to do as a comic is be funny so it breaks everything else down. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
You feel me, dog? How you feeling, cocksucker?
I'm feeling good. I'm fucked up.
I'm happy. We had a good weekend. We went to Easter. We went to eat sushi on Good Friday.
Oh, yeah, thank you. That was good.
Went to get some salmon, a little Philly roll. We had the salad, Correctamundo.
Correctamundo.
We ate nice and healthy. We don't fuck around.
They gave us miso soup without even ordering it.
They gave us miso soup, which is like fucking 120 calories, no carb. You following me? We go to nice fucking places. If not, you be with your wife, going to Subway, getting that fucking Subway cancer combo with the fucking turkey that came from Bulgaria, where they coughed when it was alive. You don't want to eat that shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
What the fuck you think you're doing? I'm going to San Diego this weekend. I'm very excited. The American Comedy Company. 4 shows, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. But the clinker is next fucking Friday and Saturday. I got 4 shows again. In beautiful motherfucking Houston, Texas, at the Improv. I ain't fucking around either. I'm getting off that plane. I'm going right to Chewy's. I'm fucking that place up. You understand me, Syatt?
That should be fun.
Yeah, I'm writing all week with D'Agostino. I got a couple spots this week. I'm going to tune my shit up. It's time. It's time to unleash the fucking Fuhrer.
You should not use that nickname.
What's that?
That should not be your nickname.
I'm the Cuban Fuhrer. Shit, I ain't killing
Oh,
nobody.
no.
I'm just getting my dick sucked and my balls licked like Biggie in '95.
Oh, they're gonna hate it.
Who gives a fuck? What they're gonna hate anymore? This is 2050.
Cuban Fuhrer.
We are what you are. If you're still walking around thinking about Hitler and slaves, go fuck yourself, all right? You're living in a fucking time zone. Get your shit together. What do you want to do? You want to eat another edible?
No, not even a little bit.
Let's get this party fucking started right now, all right? Number
Go for
one,
it.
boom, onit.com for all your fucking needs right there. In fact, I just ordered some stuff from Orlando Rios, some T+, some motherfucking more Alpha Brain, some Shroom Tech. I ordered a couple things. The coconut to put in your smoothie. I'm getting back on it. You know, for human optimization, this is the best shit out there in the market. My agent called me the other day and said he had ordered some Alpha Brain. He can't believe how good he felt after 30, 40 days. He feels better when he reads. His vision's more alert. He's coming up with more fucking bright ideas. This guy's a dunce, and he's taking Alpha Brain. All of a sudden, he's fucking Albert Einstein. He's inventing light bulbs and shit. My point is, this is human optimization, people. Go to onit.com, and I've been telling you this shit for 2 fucking years. I'm sick of telling you. Go to onit.com today. Go to the box, press in,
Church.
and get 10% off your fucking first order, okay? Start with Alpha Brain. I don't give a fuck. Start with Shroom Tech. You go to Jiu-Jitsu, you're gassing out. Before you fucking quit and try tennis, try the fucking Shroom Tech Sport. You're a fucking cardio triple. You know what? I'm rolling 3 5-minute matches now. I tap out in the 4th one. I can't focus. But you know what? 2 years ago, I couldn't do dick. Try it with this fucking Alpha Brain, this Shroom Tech. You're going to love yourself. Go to Onit. Go to the box and press in.
Church.
Boom. And get 10% off your first order. They also have the Stay On It program. Number 2, Iron Dragon TV. You're sitting there, you're bored to pieces. Maybe the fucking game ended. You don't know what you want to watch. You did some meth. You don't want to go to bed. Iron Dragon TV. Old school martial art films. Classic martial art films. Jet Li. Who else? Tell them. Ip Man series. Jackie Chan. They're always adding stuff. Dave Foley's a bad motherfucker. They're the leader in 4K technology. You know what? I'm going to give you 2 fucking movies. That's what I'm feeling. For free. Go to the box and press in.
Joey.
Boom. And you get 2 free movies on the cuff right now. You're sitting there.
Who's better than you?
You're going, what the fuck am I doing? I'm not doing nothing with my life. I might as well stretch and watch an old school kung fu movie. They have Onit videos on there. They have a lot of stuff. I can't even remember all the good stuff they have. And they're always adding new stuff weekly. Go to Iron Dragon TV right now and press in.
Joey.
Boom! And get 2 free movies, all right? Joey's the way to go. You're sitting there. You know what? I don't want to smoke no weed tonight. I want to smoke some wax. I want to go deep tonight. Go to naileditlife.com for all your wax smoking needs.
And oil.
And oil. They got one of the best vape. They don't sell the oil. They got one of the best vapor pens on the motherfucking market and all the tools to make it happen. You're looking for a blowtorch. You're looking for a stone. You're looking for the long little stick where you take the fucking vape, the whatever, and take it and put it on the rock and all that type of shit. Go to naileditlife.com. They'll change your life. But what they specialize in is one of the best vapor pens in the market. You understand me? It burns anything. Oil, bazooka juice, sperm, whatever you got to put in that fucking socket, it'll burn it. Today, because you listen, whatever the fuck, shut up. Just because you listen to the podcast, I'm going to give you 20% off. Go to naileditlife.com. Look at what they have. Put an order in. What do you get? What are they pressing the button?
Joey Diaz and you get 20% off.
Joey Diaz and you get 20% off. Naileditlife.com. And while I'm feeling fucking joyful and the day after Easter, here you go. HittyCigs.com. I'm smoking one of the cigars right now. I don't go nowhere without it. You understand me? Nowhere. This cigar is tremendous. Best thing about any Hitty Cig product is you got guaranteed 1,200 puffs. Nobody gives you that. You go to 7-Eleven, buy one of those ISIS cigarettes, one of those terrorist cigarettes, they give you like fucking 30 puffs. This gives you guaranteed 1,200 motherfucking puffs. You're like, Joey, I'm thinking about quitting smoking. Boom, I got the answer. Here these cigs. They also have cigarettes, 24, 16, 8, 0 milligrams. You just count them backwards every 10 days. Within 40 days, you'll be off the fucking juice, and you'll be a new man. You'll be doing jumping jacks. You'll be eating pussy without pausing. Who's better than you? Go to Hitty Cigs right now and press in.
Joey's Church.
Boom! And get 20% off your first order. That's how we rock it tonight. I hope you enjoyed Julia Rossi. I had to pick up the pace in this motherfucker a little bit, but that's how we do it. You understand me? I'm stoned to the gills. I don't know about you. How about you, Lisa?
I am also stoned to the gills.
What do you got going on, Lee? Talk to me. What do you got tomorrow?
Well, I'm just doing some work.
You doing what type of work?
I'm trying to get this consulting thing off the ground.
All right. And then what else you doing? You doing any podcasts? You doing jumping jacks? What are you doing? You started doing the push-ups today, did you not?
I did one push-up
The
today.
Badgers beat them Blue Devils. God damn. They don't fuck around. Good
Do you
afternoon.
like college basketball? I've never liked it.
I like it. College basketball is as real as can get.
What team do you follow?
I mean, I don't follow nobody because every year the teams fucking change. You know, every 4 years there's a draft. You got to stay on top of it. But I,
So you just watch as a fan of basketball.
I watched like with 8 fucking teams in the tournament. That's what I do, okay? Because that's when I can't keep up. I got too many shit on my plate. But when I was a kid, I watched college basketball. I loved it. The finals, that Monday night when they come out. In fact, 32 years ago tonight, I got 6-month probation for smoking weed.
Congratulations.
The night that Houston beat fucking whatever, not Houston, whatever the night Houston got beat by North Carolina State with Jim Valvano, I was in court that night. I love all that shit. I love college basketball with all my heart. I'm just, I wish I had more time to follow all that type of stuff. We got to do the podcast. We got to prepare stand-up comedy. I got to take care of the baby. I got shit crack-a-lackingly.
We gotta make
I got to
time.
eat my fucking edibles. I make time. I'm out there banging it every fucking day. What are you talking about? Another piece of edible before you go home for
Nope.
the ride?
Nope.
I love you guys. Don't forget, Friday and Saturday, I'm at San Diego at the American Comedy Company. Next motherfucking weekend, I'm in Houston, motherfucking Texas at the Improv. And I can't wait. I'm going to lose my fucking mind down there. You understand me? It's been a while since I was down there. How about you, cock smoker?
Just listen to my podcast, Flying G Radio. I had Matt Felcher on last week.
Okay.
So that was very cool.
Very nice.
Yes.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Read the sponsors. Let's get out of here. We got shit to do and people to see. We got to go get some heroin.
Thank goodness. All right. No, I'm gonna read the ads.
All right. Read the ads.
I am. This podcast brought to you by Onnit.com. Go to Onnit.com. Use code word church to get 10% off all of their optimization products. Go to IronDragonTV.com and use code word Joey to get 2 free movie rentals. They have all the great martial art movies, 4K. It's a new Roku channel. Go and use code word Joey to get 2 free rentals. Go to NailedItLife.com. Use code word Joey Diaz to get 20% off of their vapor pen for oil and wax smokers. And go to HitESigs.com. Better tasting, longer lasting. The proof is in the vape. Use code word Joey's Church to get 20% off.
Lee Syatt, Brendan Sharp here. Colorado was a very hard sell for me. I was 19. I was in the middle of New York City. Clubs were booming. You were going into clubs. You were doing blow out in the open. On the way out, they'd give you sunglasses at 7 in the morning. Brendan, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And I knew I had to leave.
Why? Trouble?
It was coming. I knew I wasn't going to make it as a young man. New York was overwhelming. New York, for a guy like me, was, I at the age of 19, I knew where to go, whether you wanted to buy a handgun, a bazooka, or an 8-ball of coke, or a $10 bag of weed. 24 hours. When you have that access, and those are, food is always available. But there was always, I had too much access in New York City, and I was getting myself into trouble. And I didn't know what to do. I had already gone to Arizona. It was nice, but it didn't grab me.
Hot as shit.
I had already been to Sarasota and Clearwater, Florida, on the lam when I robbed a jewelry store. It was okay, but it didn't grab me. And one day I'm walking, I'm scamming, and I bump into NailedItLife.com's cousin.
Really?
They're our sponsor's oldest cousin.
Oh, wow.
He was 28, 29, maybe I was 18, 19. And I go, where you been? He goes, I got a place in Aspen, Colorado, blah, blah, blah. And I go, that's fucking crazy. My buddy's been talking me into going to Colorado. He was at Colorado Springs and got thrown out of the Air Force Academy. So he couldn't go back to Jersey, so he went to Aspen and became a garbage man. And he was loving it because
It's not
people
a
were
bad
giving
gig.
him,
Yeah.
oh my God, people were giving him brand new shit.
Lots of money up there.
Lots of money in Aspen.
Crazy money in Aspen.
He met some other guys. When his brother graduated Brown, he made his brother come out and they lived in a place called Holland Hills, who Dean Cain has a house there now.
Dang.
Holland Hills, it's in Basalt. It's where Goldie Hawn lived, not in those apartment complexes. She lived down the corner, like at the end of that. They call it a river. There's like a river. I forget what the name of that river is. Basalt River. There was a restaurant there, Brendan, that you went in there. You gave them $10. They gave you a fishing pole.
No, they didn't.
I swear to my mother's grave. How fun is that? How creative is that?
It's creative.
You give them $10. They give you a fishing pole in that little stream. Within 10 minutes, the guy comes over, catches it for you, takes it out, skins it, cuts the tail, cuts the head, grills it, and gives you potato salad and
I'm
some
not
bread
mad at that.
for
Sounds
fucking
fun.
trout.
Sounds
Come
fun.
on, with
That
your
sounds
family.
fun.
Dog, what do you think? I went to fish in Jersey? This is how cool. This is what I'm saying. This is what lured me. I get to Basalt, Colorado. First off, I believe in signs, Brendan. I believe in signs, and I was
Omens.
Omens. This kid came to me, and he's selling me Colorado. I don't know why, and I'm like, okay, brother, you know what? You got a point. I'll go with you. And I was in, Brendan, but I had to get a bunch of money.
It sounds like it was easy to get you to go. You were looking for a reason.
I was looking for an out. I had always been
Yeah.
looking. I went to college in
Yeah.
Philadelphia. Philly was too fucking real. That was too real. When you're 18, if you're looking for trouble,
Really?
I've
never been to Philly.
At that time, in 1982, if you were real and if you wanted problems, you had them in Philly. They were given to you in
Who
Philly.
wants problems?
Just if you thought you were confused, let's pretend you're confused. You know what? I beat this skinny guy up in and out. I think I'm a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
I'm going to train in Philly. And you go to Philly and you go join a gym. And one night you go to a bar and you tell somebody you're a UFC fighter and they pick you up and they throw you to the glass of the fucking restaurant. And when you're laying in the fucking hospital squeezing a plastic ball, singing ABCs backwards. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just a... So I knew I wanted to get out, but I told this kid, I go, what am I going to do for a living? I'm retarded. And he goes, he goes, they got jobs shoveling snow. For $12 an hour, I'll get you a job shoveling snow. He goes, you work part-time or full-time, whatever. And in those days, they gave you a 3-mountain ski pass.
What?
And
you got to remember
Ajax.
the girls from Denver go to Aspen.
Go to Aspen.
Yes. Those snow bunnies love them some Aspen.
So I was like, you know what? I skied once in Jersey. It sucked, but I'll learn. I could shovel snow. So he goes, we're leaving Thursday. I go, dude, I can't leave on Thursday. I'm putting together this deal. I don't want to go with like $1,500. I want to go out there with some dough. Let me burn a few people, and let me get my lies in order, and we'll get
out.
together. This motherfucker leaves without me.
I mean,
So I went and bought a plane ticket, a one-way plane ticket. And in those days, to go to Denver was like expensive. I bought the ticket.
did you fly into Denver or into Aspen Airport?
And I bought the ticket to fly into Aspen Airport, and I was leaving like May 8th or something like that. And all of a sudden, I walk into the bar where I hang out, and there's my buddy at the end of the bar. And I go, what happened? I thought you left. And he goes, the transmission blew up in fucking Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. So I knew right there.
There's a sign.
His car broke. He came back to get me.
Yeah.
I go, when is it going to be fixed? He goes, well, I don't know now because I need $600. I go, here's the 600. Get that motherfucker
That's
fixed.
a sign for sure.
Let's go. And he called me the next day. He goes, like, we could be out here by Thursday. So we left April 25th, 1983. You were just a month old.
That's right.
Right? You were just a fucking month old, right?
Already in Denver.
Wow. And I just got in the car, and he was a power builder. He was a power lifter.
Yeah.
They were yoked.
Thick, dude.
Thick motherfuckers on Anavar and Winnie V, right? Just fucking eating it like fucking M&Ms.
Yeah.
Winnie V, that's it. Nothing injectable. They were
Just pills.
Just fucking pills. It was 1983. It wasn't as designer as it is now.
Yeah.
Like Anderson Silva would have never gotten caught.
No, hell no.
on
Your boy was on some Arnold Schwarzenegger shit.
Right, they were on. You had Decker Durablin to cut up. You had the shit to bulk up was Deanna Ball. it was like
Just some roid.
yeah, they sent you like it was from Germany, so they sent you like a syringe with Hitler, Fat Hitler with a baseball bat. It was like Fat Hitler with a baseball bat, all with muscles. Sorry, Lee, you know I love you.
I'm convinced
The
Joe should
Germans-
do a special of just Jewish material. I think it'd be hysterical. He calls me every day. Didn't someone come up to you in Ventura talking about how good you are for Jews?
Oh please, he goes, you give him back self-esteem. So fucking D-ball was what bulked you up, the oral.
I don't know.
And
You're asking the wrong guy. I wish I knew.
D-ball was what bulked you up, and then Deca, and then they ate Winnie V. This is what the guys I hung out with. That's what they were eating.
What was Danny B getting stuck with?
Danny
his
B
mom?
was later. That was
was
later.
later?
on.
Oh, you told me about that guy.
Yeah.
But,
This is
so homeboy was just driving across the nation with just popping pills.
popping pills, smoking dope with one 8-track Led Zeppelin. That was a buddy of mine. That's how I know about the other shit. That was he died. He
huge.
died in '99. He was like Mr. New Jersey. This motherfucker was eating. He was buying shit. When people die, they take a juice out of their spine for $10,000. That's what he was blasting. He was on
What?
a different level. Yeah,
Well,
dog.
Crazy's not still alive.
Yeah, he
Said
was-
no one ever.
He was blasting some other shit.
yeah.
He was
that's-
blasting like dead people's stem cells.
Like something stem
Oh, my
cells,
God.
And you grow his chest.
whatever it was, if he swole, he's
Oh my
in
God!
shape like you want to.
Whenever he
worked.
put a T-shirt on, it looked like somebody had put a 2x4 in his chest. That's what it looked like from the side. It was just a fucking block of an
rock
inch thick,
hard.
just flat and steady with a vein going through it. With the shirt on, you'd
Yeah.
see the vein and go, "Wow, whatever the fuck he's
That might
doing."
be too much, though.
That's a little
might
too
be too much, my man.
That's a little too much.
Might too much.
So we drove cross fucking country with 2 speakers that he connected to the stereo. Like in those days, they were like $1,200 speakers.
What kind of car are we talking?
Piece of shit, huge gas
Beat up.
guzzler. No, 12 miles to the gallon. He bought it from like his grandmother to take it cross country. It was like a Buick LeSabre or something. But in the middle was an Olympic bar. He was bringing an Olympic bar across town, across the
guy's
country.
the ultimate
So he
meathead.
couldn't even fucking fall asleep. And 2 45-pound plates or whatever, like 4 45-pound
Yeah.
plates, and my luggage and my shit in the back seat. We left on a Thursday night from New Jersey at 5 or 6 in the afternoon, and we got to Aspen at 5 o'clock at night on a Saturday night.
Dang, that's not bad.
No, we drove right
You guys
through.
were some
We fucking-
monsters,
yeah, we
yeah.
drove right through. There was no sleeping. There was no nothing. Shoom, shoom. He got on the mic. I got on the mic. He got on the mic. I got on the
I'm
mic.
not good at that, man. I get
He got on the
tired.
mic.
I need my sleep.
No. Not you sleep too. You sleep. You
While
sleep a
they're
gallon.
driving?
I sleep a gallon. You sleep a gallon. I drive a tank.
All
you
right.
drive a tank.
I like that.
I drive a tank. You drive. What are we gonna stop for?
Yeah.
To do what? To waste $60 in a hotel and prolong
True.
our fucking stay.
True, some shitty hotel.
But it's. I remember being a little boy, and they would say tonight, happy days. 8 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Mountain, and that mountain always rang in my head. I would go, who the fuck lives in the mountain? You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck lives in the mountains?
time. Yeah.
And here I was, now as an adult living in Basalt, and there was nothing going on like that. I got a job right away, like I said, he got me a job shoveling snow, and then after like a month, it slowed down. It still snowed till fucking May up there.
Yeah, it snows up there.
Fucking May.
Snow.
Snow.
Snow and money. That's Aspen. Snow and money.
And we had to move. We moved to Snowmass Village, and that was completely different. And I remember shooting down to Boulder one time, like in the summer of '83, and going, "This ain't for me. These fucking hippies." And Denver seemed too industrial. I'm like, I lived in Jersey. When you're on the, what is that, I-70?
There's I-70 and then there's I-25. Yeah.
Right, both of those.
Yeah, both of them cut through.
Both
Denver,
of them. At one point, you're like, "What is this? This is Industrialville." What? And by one place, it just smells horrid.
Yeah, that's Commerce City.
Not
That's
by
It's
Commerce
nasty.
City. Oh, my
It looks
God.
like Terminator 2.
That's where I
Judgment Days.
started
It's
comedy,
rough.
pretty much. There was a club there, Club 52, on Wednesday nights, and
Still there?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
Oh my God, that's where all the truckers are, and there was a little restaurant there that for truck drivers. We did. Listen to me.
That's
Like,
definitely on the 70.
this is Colorado. It was the 70, and it was a restaurant just for truckers, but the guy was an Elvis impersonator.
Sounds like a nightmare.
He was an Elvis impersonator at some shitty place in Vegas, but he slipped one night and he fell and he sued him. So with the money, he opened up this little cafe in Denver. And on Wednesday nights, he was the Elvis impersonator, and he would do an open mic, and he liked me, so he'd let me come up and do stupid jokes. And he'd give me like $10 and a cheeseburger, only in Denver.
Yeah, only in Denver.
When you hear stories like that, do you think those people realize what they're doing is retarded? Like he went from being an Elvis impersonator in Vegas and using settlement money to open a truck driver stop in Denver and be an Elvis impersonator.
Like when he talked, he'd tell you like he never made it to the big time, Joey. I never made it to the big time with the Elvis impersonators.
No shit. No shit.
I only got to play like Henderson and like a cafe and off the strip and shit. And he had pictures of himself everywhere in a Vegas suit. And it started like when he was like he looked as fit as you.
Yeah.
And then to me, like you saw the evolution, the
transition,
like
evolution
before and
to
after.
real Elvis.
Of
Like,
just giving
you know,
up.
what a shame!
He just said, "Fuck
he
it."
was such a good guy, Brendan. Nobody would give me stage time, and this guy saw me at the Comedy Works, and he's like, "Hey man, I love your style. You're a throwback. If you ever want to come down on Saturdays." So then he started giving me work on Saturdays and Wednesdays. Guys, he would pay me $10, but to me it meant the world because, and I had to put up with his ear beat. You know, but he was an amazing.
At least you got on stage.
He'd put me on
At least give you a
stage,
shot.
and he really started at like 180, and he blew up to like 450.
God,
Yeah, like his mom was making the suits for him. Like he wasn't married, he still lived with his mom. His mom was making the suits for him. And
This
shit.
guy's a nightmare.
You couldn't write this shit.
You can't write that shit. He might have killed it with the lot lizards. I think that's what you call them, the truckers, like the
the
there's
hookers.
pro stuff like that. There's lot lizards.
That's scary to me. Like I've heard of that. Like they just knock on the truck store in like the truck stops.
Have you heard this term, Joey?
No.
A lot lizard. It's like girls who when the truckers stop, they go from truck to truck hooking up with the guys. Lot lizards.
Oh my
You
god!
don't
Like they're
say
special.
it.
They're like a special kind of hooker.
I've never seen them at truck stops. And trust me, I'm a comic. I've slept at truck stops millions of
And
times.
never seen a lot lizard.
No.
Oh wow, you've heard of? Am I making
Yeah,
this
no,
up?
I've heard of it, yeah.
I was like,
I've
am I
heard of it.
batshit crazy? Yeah.
I mean, would you let somebody suck your dick if they knocked on your glass at 4 a.m. if you're sitting there? They want the small 50.
if I'm fucking,
That's my favorite term of yours. He'll call me and be like, I'm going to get that check to suck my dick for the short 50.
Sure, the small 50.
Small 50.
the small 50, bro. If I was single and driving across country, I mean, yeah, I'd be doing some shady shit,
But
man.
not a fucking lizard lot.
No,
You don't let some
a
chick.
lot lizard,
She
bro.
just sucked 20 truckers' dick.
For like 20
10 of
bucks.
them are on meth. She's got meth coming in her mouth because one of those condoms blew up. So she's all methed up. She's tweaked up. She's sucking your dick.
Yeah, it's not
you
ideal.
ever tweak or suck your dick? It's
no,
tremendous.
no, it's tremendous.
It's-
The grateful type.
oh my God, I used to get these coked up chicks to suck my dick. I'd be emotionally broken, but they'd be fucking shot. You know what I'm saying?
What would they do?
Oh my God, cry.
It'd make
and
you
suck
feel
your-
good after you got done.
Oh, and then you got rid of them. That was the best. How you got rid of them? Oh my God.
How would you get rid of them?
Who the fuck knows? You lie to them. You tell them they gotta leave. 'Cause
You gotta make some
Mafia
shit
stuff.
up. You can't have them hanging out,
oh my God,
coking out in your
So I'm
crib.
shooting the longest yard.
Love that movie.
It's the first weekend of the shoot. Adam Sandler's having a party at some fucking dirty bar. You know Tate Fletcher?
Yes, very well.
That's Tate Fletcher. His girlfriend worked at the bar. Tate was an extra on the film. That's how I met Tate.
Oh wow.
So we're at that bar and we're fucking around. When I walk in, who's the guy who just got into the car accident with Walmart? Tracy Morgan is sitting with 2 white chicks, and one of the white chicks is taking a Budweiser bottle and busting it and putting the whole thing in her mouth and drinking it.
Like deep throating.
Like deep throating and going, I could suck a dick. And I'm sitting there watching this chick. I haven't done blow in like 2 weeks. I'm ready to bust. I can't fucking take it no more. I've been trying to be a good boy, but I gotta bust on that. I'm looking at anybody to see who's tweaking. Nobody's tweaking. I'm scratching by the fucking minute. Oh my God. And I'm looking at this chick, and finally she gets up to go to the bathroom. She comes back, and I can tell she's the tweaker. So I got to figure out how to break her away from Tracy.
How could you tell? Twitching, biting her
She
fingernails?
just went to the bathroom and she came out and just I don't know. Something she was doing just made me say, this is the one. If anybody knows where to get a fucking kilo of blow, it's this filthy fucking animal, right? So he insults him. You give Tracy Morgan 20 minutes with a chick, and he'll say something to him that'll just either make him run away
Or they're in.
And he was asking them if they wanted black babies, if they wanted a black baby, and all this shit. They collect welfare, put you in a special bracket. I mean, I'm dying to laugh.
Yeah.
And something happens Tracy leaves, and the two chicks are sitting there. So I go up to the chick, and I go, listen, let me ask you something. Who's got the fucking yay around here? And she listens to me. She goes, I know this guy. We could call him and all this stuff. But in the meantime, I go to the bathroom, and I ask a guy from the set. And he goes, I got some in my fucking pocket. So I go, boom, how much you want? 80, whatever, boom. So I'm sitting in this jet. And all of a sudden I said, fuck this chick. I got the blow. I didn't want this chick creeping around me. I already had blow. I'm gonna have this.
You don't want to share your
And she
feelings.
wasn't bad looking. I mean, she was an 8. She was cute. She was young. She was fucking, And as I'm walking out, sure enough, because they gave us all rental cars on the set. You do know that. They gave us all like SUVs. Some type of SUV. So we all had there's 20 SUVs in the town. It's one of the fucking football players in the longest yard. So as I'm running to it, as I'm walking to the thing, I hear his heels, and I keep walking. I don't want to share this fucking gram with this chick. I haven't gotten high in fucking weeks. Now I got to share it, and it was her. And she goes, "Man, this guy, he can meet us in an hour. It's $50." So I take it to the hotel room, and I'm like, I'm not giving this chick blow. And I pulled a fucking Louis L'Amour, dog. I had Bayer aspirins, the heart medication, and I
Crushed him up?
crushed them up like a motherfucker. Because I didn't know where I stood with the chick. I didn't know for sure she was gonna suck my dick. I didn't know for sure.
She's just there for drugs?
Oh my God! So I gave her some of the aspirin. We were sitting there, and I'm like, oh my God. And I made believe like my phone was on vibrate.
Yeah.
And I go, oh my God, it's my guy. Let me go downstairs. And I came back, and I had put him aluminum foil, and I gave her some of the aspirin. Oh my God. And she thought it was coke. It was the weirdest fucking thing. Her hip
Did
started
she leave
trying-
after that?
Fuck no. I kept her there all night. After she sucked my dick, I busted out the real shit and kept her there all night. This is my creepy fucking days.
Creep days.
I wouldn't give her a ride the next one. I had to give money for a cab. She was a little furious.
Was she an extra in the movie, or she was just trying to hang out?
She was at the
She was a
bar.
groupie.
She was at the bar drinking like
kicking it.
anybody else, Yeah, and she was a fucking tweaker. I mean, you could see her at 4 a.m. when she was looking out a window and trying to suck your dick, and she was paranoid. You knew something was going on.
What percentage would you say on set actors do drugs? It's a high percentage. The ones I know, I would say it's a high percentage. And I have a theory on this. You tell me.
If
what
I
you
tell
think.
you something, you're not going to believe this.
I think you'd be surprised.
People, when I walk on a set, I say hello, I'm very cordial, but I keep everything at a distance. After I did the longest shot, I can't tell you how many fucking people, I'm looking you in the face, I'm looking Lee in the face. I can't tell you how many people came up to me and said, "Did you ever do coke with Michael Irvin?" I had no desire to,
Yeah.
and I didn't take our friendship there.
Yeah.
I didn't mention it. Every night I went, I had my package. I don't know where he got his shit.
Yeah.
And he went and did his package.
He's a great
After
guy.
the movie shot, I heard stories. But, the same thing about this guy, the same thing about that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I always keep it light on those things because I know how fast. I heard stories of guys that did blow and all of a sudden they get a big movie role or a TV show and they just start talking to you. I don't want to lose somebody's friendship over drugs.
Hell no.
So on those movie sets, I always kept it. Weed, yeah, everybody smokes fucking weed.
Oh yeah.
On every movie set I've gone to,
Yeah.
after 2 days, you're going to smell fucking weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as the other shit, I have no idea. The only guy I saw do it openly and didn't give a fuck was James Coburn. I saw that motherfucker smoke dope and have a beer can in his hand.
Did not
And
give
his
a
scene
fuck.
was up next. They didn't say nothing. To him.
No.
Not a fucking word, man.
This is my theory on actors and actresses and athletes. When you have a ton of time off, or if you're a musician or an actor, and you have a ton of time off and you have money in your pocket, I mean, you can only go on so many vacations, you can only do so much. Then you're back home just chilling, man. You're just chilling. So drugs is an easy outlet. I'm not advocating. I'm just saying I get it. I get it. You give me a ton of time off, I do some weird shit, man. I get tattoos. I buy fucking race cars and shit, you know? I make bad decisions because I have so much time off. If that makes sense. So if you're an actor, especially if you're one that just got done with a movie, your next movie's not for another 7-8 months. You have all this time off. You're chilling. You have a place up in the hills. There's a pool. There's chicks. I get it, man. I get it. That's why I think the percentage of, especially drugs, with, you know, weed, like you said, weed's common, man. So you see it everywhere. I just think there's a higher percentage in that line of business for that reason, because you have so much time off.
For somebody who did as many drugs as I did for as long, I have a very good mix of friends. Like, I loved the friends that didn't get high as much as the friends that did get high. They
Sure.
kept me very balanced, you know. And at an early age, I learned somewhere to keep drugs out of certain relationships because they were going to ruin them. Weed, yeah. But once you start talking about coke or pills and shit, you start dabbling into other people's lives. When somebody comes to you and says, Lee, come here for a second. Your friend Joey Diaz, do you know where you could get blow? And you go, yeah, get your blow. You're going to come to me, Lee, and get blow for your boss, who's a fucking big shot at ABC. Mm-hmm. He's never going to meet me, and I'm never going to meet him, but we're going to know about each other. Do you know what I'm saying? If something ever happens, he's going to cut you off, Lee, because you know one of his deepest fucking intimate secrets, which is addiction. People got to buy it somewhere. That's what always has baffled me. When somebody gets busted for blow, I always go, where'd they get it from?
Yeah.
You follow me? What assistant went and got it for you? Mm-hmm. You know I used to hang out at the weed store in Sunset that's not there anymore. And the guy was telling me that 50% of his business was people's assistants.
It's all assistants,
It
right?
was all assistants that would come down.
They don't want to risk it.
Because they wouldn't come down to even get a medical marijuana license. Whatever.
Whatever.
It's why I don't really understand, like, when everyone talks bad about, like, people like Justin Bieber or any young actor or singer. If I was 16 and had $100 million, of course. I mean, it's just, that's why I don't really get a lot of the hate they go through.
Yeah, but if I was
500 million. 500 million. And he's 21.
21 and 500 million. Let me ask you something. At this point in 2015,
That'd be way worse.
why would you do drugs? Everybody else did them.
Well,
Why would you do drugs? I try to be original. Why would you do drugs? You think I'm happy about my drug use at that time? No, it happened. It was at a bad time. I was right there. This weed thing that's happening, I was right there when the coke thing took over. And that was one of the wildest places that even up in the fucking mountains of Colorado, they had tons of coke.
But when you were in the party scene, that's when coke like burst onto the scene.
Burst
right?
on.
For me in Denver, I honestly, I never saw it. I never saw it in my 25, 26 years in Denver. Never saw coke once. Saw weed everywhere. Never saw coke.
Weed.
Come to L.A., very first party I go to in the hills, a girlfriend of mine brings me there, and it's everywhere. And I just remember like, dang, this is L.A., man. I just remember it being everywhere. Never touched it.
Well, I actually wanted to talk. Joey and I talked about the Aaron Hernandez thing, and then like a day or two ago, an NBA player got stabbed at a club at like 4 a.m. in New York.
Kid from CU.
Like what?
Copeland.
As an athlete, like how are these people still going out? Like why is Aaron Hernandez killing people when he just signed a $60 million contract? Like as an athlete who makes a decent amount of money, wouldn't you think you'd just stay at home?
You would think, right? Listen, the thing you got to understand about Aaron is his background, man. He grew up in a gang. He comes from a broken home. I'm not making excuses for him at all. I'm just saying you got to understand the kid's background. So he grows up doing drugs, getting away, just being the craziest athlete on the field. So that's his life. That's Aaron's life. They said the worst thing to happen to Aaron was him getting drafted by the New England Patriots. Because he's from there. So
he's from Connecticut.
He's from Connecticut. So his whole gang, all those guys, are from Connecticut. So him getting drafted by New England, he's not escaping anything. They're going, oh, our boys made it. They follow him over there. And he grew up, in this gang life. when he was at Florida, his mom would come to the dorm, and she was a drug addict, stuff like that. So he grew up a very rough life. You're not just because you're drafted and people say, "Oh, well, you're a role model now." No, man. Just because he has $100 million in the bank, you're not taking the hood out of Aaron Hernandez because he's a good football player. He's been that talented all his life and gotten away with it, not working as hard as other guys. That's how talented he is. So when people are like, "Oh, this is ridiculous, how can you do that?" You got to realize the conditions they come from, man. Not everyone comes from a great family. That's all he knows. To us, it's stupid. I'm not advocating what he did. To us, it's stupid. But to him, it's all he knows, man. So him getting drafted by New England Patriots, I mean, you talk about omens, whatever you want to talk about, it really fucked him, man.
Listen,
I think if you went to Arizona or anything.
This just didn't start happening. 20 years ago, before both of you were born, a player got drafted by the Boston Celtics.
Len Bias,
and he did coke, and he fucking died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
This has been going on for years. You take a bad environment, a good environment. Who knows? Why does a fucking player go out of his fucking house when he's got $30 million in the bank? He knows people are going to be running and gunning for him. What makes you take your fucking Mercedes with your butler and go to a club and because you want pussy, you want
you want to be normal. You want to be normal though. Why can't you go to a club?
You got money. You want to buy a bottle. You want to go to Las Vegas. You want to get your dick sucked.
Yeah, man.
But you know what, man? People go, well, there's cameras out now, Joe. All this shit, the security. You have to act like a human fucking being. Athletes have always been crazy. Listen, I got a Playboy magazine at the house about Hollywood Henderson. Another guy that came out way before you guys were born. He was a Dallas Cowboy that got fired because he put up a number one while the Dallas Cowboys were losing. When Tom Landry was a coach, he put up his number one before a commercial and pointing at a towel, and they fired him because he was a linebacker, and the towel was somebody's from the offense, a wide receiver who was putting out towels so other guys could dry their hands on the towel before they go out and get the ball.
Yeah.
So he just gave it like an advertising. They fucking fired him the next day, Hollywood Henderson.
Jesus.
But Hollywood Henderson...
They're looking for a reason to fire him.
Hollywood Henderson was a fucking monster. He got drafted by Dallas, and that's... If you read the article, and Sergio Ortega from years ago, I put this article out there, and he found it at a flea market in San Francisco for like $4. It opens up with him because the Dallas Cowboys used to train at Thousand Oaks.
Yeah.
That's their rookie camp.
Well, they're in Oxnard
They're still,
now.
they used to be Thousand Oaks 30 years ago.
Oxnard.
And he talks about his first day stretching, thinking about what he had in his room: 3 hits of acid, a gram of blow,
damn,
an ounce of weed, and $30, and how he was going to go out some speed. And then he used to come to Hollywood and hang out with the Pointer Sisters and Richard Pryor. He was one of the originators of freebasing.
Oh, wow.
So they knew it. Dallas knew it. They all knew it. At the time, the NFL was Dallas and San Diego Chargers were the biggest coke fucking freaks. And the San Diego had their own cop liaison.
Yeah.
That was issued to them from the NFL. So if something happens to you, you would call that
Go to
cop.
him. Yeah.
And he wrote a book years later about
I bet it's good.
fucking the quarterback and Chuck Muncie getting paranoid. And Chuck Muncie was walking around with a gun, and the gun fell and they shot him in the arm. So he was out for 3 weeks, but he just said he had surgery and how they bought it.
Sure.
He has allegations in there about Joe Montana's 6th week when he said they had back surgery. He was really in a rehab.
What?
Oh, yeah. Joe Montana was the king of swing, though.
What?
Yeah, man. When I found
Joe?
I found out when I was doing the longest yard, man.
It's kind of disappointing.
My heart broke and fucking
I love Joe Montana,
Oh,
man.
my God. Bro, when I found out Joe Montana was a fiend, my heart broke.
Why?
Because he was my idol growing up, Joe Montana, dog. What, are you kidding me?
I met Joe Montana at a Super Bowl party.
Did you look at his nose? It was probably leaking. They said his nose leaks, dog.
I just remember being so excited to meet him. And maybe, you never know what someone's going on in their life. I remember talking to him, and it was so depressing. Maybe it was a dark time. I looked down, he has fucking Skechers on at the time. You remember he's pitching Skechers? He's at the Super Bowl party in his fucking Skechers. And he's just talking about how, he wishes he could go back to the NFL and play. I just remember walking away and being like, "Ooh, the guy needs a friend." You know, just like he needs to talk to someone, man.
Something.
For sure, tell me about fucking glory 49er days.
All right, so when I'm sitting there, we're doing because we did 6 weeks of the longest yard in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Then we shot the rest down in Torrance.
Oh, really?
College down there.
Oh, nice.
So one of the days we were shooting, they were shooting inside the NFL with Marino and Sandler. And I was talking to somebody. It doesn't really matter. I don't know who it really was.
Yeah.
About whatever. And for some reason, you're doing something, but something catches your eye. Something catches your eye, and you focus on it. Somebody's moving fast, something. So guess who comes by me moving really fast? Who's the crazy fucking linebacker that beat the dude up with the helmet?
Romanowski.
Bill Romanowski, yeah.
Oh, my God.
He comes walking past me fast. And something just made me tilt my head. He's got the shorts on. He's got the T-shirt on.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
And he's just moving. But this time he shrunk. Right? He's just moving. And they're shooting inside the NFL. Right? They're shooting. Cameras on. And he walks around the set and he goes to Marino, "How's that drug problem been?" And all, dog, it was fucking.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he fucking did. Are you fucking kidding me, dog?
What'd Marino say?
He just froze. Like, he just laughed, cut. And they were just giggling about it. Cut. They were just giggling. Sandler turned purple. Everybody turned fucking purple. Yeah, man.
Fuck.
Yeah, man.
Romo's a wild card, man.
What's that?
Romanowski was a wild card. Crazy dude, man.
Dog. Done. Lethal, white. He could have gone either way. Here's a guy that could have gone either way because my buddy played with him in college. That's why he got along with me during the movie set. He really wasn't too fucking keen on a lot of people. You know, for years he sent me powders and pills and shit. And Doctor is out of Denver. His partner is out of Denver.
Yeah.
Doctor whatever, the dude who could feel your body and do fucking hypnosis. Because I think the company was out of New Mexico or something. But they were both out of Denver. The Doctor's out of Denver. Yeah, Romanowski's no joke, though.
No joke,
He could have been 10 times worse than Aaron Hernandez. He was going for people's eyes.
He was the guy. He's that fucking elephant in the circus that's gonna freak out and fucking do some work. Man.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah.
My buddy was second to him in tackles in college.
Really?
So as soon as I got the thing, he called me. He goes, "Hey man, listen, don't play.
Don't fuck with Roma.
Keep him straight. Be honest. And don't fuck. Don't no. And I learned the hard way because when we were shooting that scene where he hits me, there's a scene where he hits me.
Yeah.
There was a squad. There was the actors. There was the doubles. Then there was a practice squad, right? And when we were shooting that movie, the practice squad would shoot stuff with the uniforms on, and you'd think it was the guys.
Yeah.
But there was this little dude from New England. Don't know what his name was, Lee. No big body. He wasn't buffed. He wasn't Mr. America. He was just this little Italian dude. Maybe 6 feet, and they were lying. Maybe 205. Dog, he was popping motherfuckers. But when I tell you he was popping people, he was dislocating shoulders, like that type of shit.
Taking it too serious?
Like, no. Just clean. Even people were like, God damn, dog. God damn. Like, what the? Pop! At the last shot, pop! One of those guys that's with you the whole time. Yeah. And all of a sudden, once you touch the ball, bam! Well, he had fucked up 2 guys in 2 weeks. Like one guy's shoulder with the ice pack on, with the shoulder taped up, one of those guys. And then another guy walking with a fucking fucked up knee. So now we're about to shoot that scene where they kick the ball off to me. All right? And I don't know. For some reason, I'm being an asshole, and I look at it's the Italian kid from the New England Patriots and Romanowski. And it's me and Sandler, and we're all talking in the scene. And all of a sudden he goes, "Listen, what do you want to do?" And I'm like, "I don't know, whatever you want to do. Do the scene." The stunt man was like, "I'll take the shot." Joe. I go, "No, go ahead." I go, listen, to be honest with you, I don't mind who hits me here. I'd rather Romanowski hit me than this fucking little Italian tank.
Dang.
What did I say that for?
Fucked up. You know he fucked up, right?
I fucked up as I was saying it as a joke. Romanowski just looked at me. Looked at it.
Wasn't that right after he stopped playing in the NFL? Like right after?
Yeah, it was right there. It was right. Those shots are real. The first shot he hit me with, I went backwards. But the second shot that they taped when my helmet spun around, I got up and I remember with the helmet going, that's it. Because then I started getting pissed off. Because I'm like going, you're fucking really going at me. Really?
He was dead serious.
He was dead serious. And then I was dead. I'm like, you're really going at me? And you're an NFL player? Let's do this shit again. And then I would level my 315. I was 415 then.
Yeah.
If you can't knock me down, you're an NFL player. Because he wasn't really knocking me down, guys. I was going down to a knee, but he wasn't Lawrence Tayloring me by no means. And I'm like, come on. So I started getting pissed off. And after like 6 shots, they said, cut. We got the fucking cut.
We're good.
Yeah, we
got
good.
it.
And I remember walking back to the scenes, and it felt like I got beat up.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't bleeding, but my body was like zzz.
Could have been good for your brain.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, dog. Every time I do a bumper, what do you think happens?
What do you need that for?
When you do a bumper cut, what do you think happens? It's like a left hook. It's like your head jolts backwards.
Romanowski, he was fresh off the Oakland Raiders then too.
That was fresh off the off that
Raiders.
thing where he did with the helmet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was
Takes
fresh.
it off, hits the dude with it.
Because he had to leave to go to court and shit. They came and got him one time. Hysterical.
He was
and his
nuts,
family's
man.
very nice. He has a nice wife. That was a great opportunity to be around fucking crazy people, because to do football those amount of years, you got to be a little bit. People always say, you got to be crazy to do comedy. Listen, you got to be fucking crazy to play football.
Especially linebacker.
Especially some of those positions. At a certain age, you got to wake up and go, what the fuck am I doing? I'm 31. Now I'm practicing against 21-year-olds.
Yeah.
That they don't give a fuck. They've been hungry. They've been living in a fucking project. They've been shot at. They want my fucking job.
And they're bigger, faster, stronger.
Bigger, faster.
Young kids.
My God, that's such a...
Your boy Michael Irvin, though, is one of the most special people I've ever met. Great guy, man.
Great guy.
He's a good dude.
Good dude, man. I really loved him. He was one of those guys that everybody on the set loved.
He's a guy, if you could get him on your show, on a podcast, and sit down to actually open up and talk about the White House days on the Dallas Cowboys, when it's him, Emmitt Smith, Nate Newton, when they'd have the White House parties. Have you heard about this? They all went in on just a big-ass crib in Dallas, and they would just, after the games, they'd have these massive parties there. Called it the White House.
Does he talk about it publicly?
I think he has. And they've talked about it in a book, but he doesn't go into detail about it.
No.
It'd be fun to get him to open up, talk about in detail. You want to talk about living a life? The White House parties?
I think every fucking football team did those.
They weren't the Dallas Cowboys, though, in the 90s. What?
Yeah.
Think about those teams, man.
Yeah, they were fucking crazy. And there's still... I still used to go to Dallas a lot, and I used to ask questions. And there's a lot of Michael Irvin stories in hotels and shit. That's how he got in trouble.
Man.
That's how he got in trouble.
He was
By not
wild.
letting somebody into a hotel. Like somebody wanted a party and they go, let's come with you. No, okay, I'll call the cops on you. And that's how it started. I hated those fucking hotel parties. I could never settle at those things. See, I'd be doing drugs in those things with people and shit. Guys with guns, and you're in a fucking hotel room. Music's on.
I don't get down with
Women
it.
women are
get down with
yelling.
those. Last one I went to was in at the Roosevelt in L.A. I was with Brian. It was wild, man. I left. Like you said, I left. Nothing good's going to come from that, man.
No.
Especially for me. I got out.
I've never been. No. I'm one night out in '94. I went with my buddy Chris Fish, and I went out with him for dinner, and we got some blow, and I got really excited, and I got really fucking high, and I passed out in his car, and I woke up in his car like at 4 a.m. I was in the parking lot of the building on 100 and something street in New York City. That's the first time I went there. Then I started going there after that. And I woke up and I got out of the car and I'm like, Chris. And all of a sudden I heard music. And it was like the 8th floor of a building in New York. So you pull up and you press the button. They take you up to the 8th floor. And then you pull the fucking car out.
Oh, wow.
And then upstairs they have hookers. They have blow. They play cards. You could dance. Fucking tremendous. I was so scared to be in there. I don't even know why I remembered that now, but who gives a fuck? So,
Who cares?
you went to this fucking high school in Denver.
Overland High
Where
School.
the fuck is that?
Overland is in Aurora. It's close. Well, Aurora gets a bad name now because of those fucking theater shootings, right? So my mom lives next door to there. But Overland High School. Overland's a big city, man. It's a suburb right outside Denver. Coach there. I don't think he's still there. Tony Manfredi. He's one of the best. He's one of the classic coaches. He was a coach there for like 25 years. Whether it was college, pro, whatever, even now UFC, Tony Manfredi was one of the. I was fortunate, one of the best coaches ever in high school. Think about most of your high school coaches are they're slap dicks. They don't know what the fuck they played. Slap dicks. They played high school football and they tell you about their glory days. I had a legit coach, man. I was fortunate. Yeah, so high school, Denver, college, University of Colorado. That was like a dream, right? Especially being in Denver. The Golden Helmet, that's what you want to do.
We were talking about Boulder. What did you think of Boulder as a whole?
Boulder's tough, man, because Boulder's in a weird place now. I just remember it upset me because you didn't get much support from people in Boulder. The football program, especially when I was there, we were good, man. In previous years, we've had some great teams. But I just feel like in Boulder, the liberals, they got too much shit going on. Athletics isn't a key thing. But if you look around, why the fuck do you think all this nice stuff is around? Because the football team. Who do you think's paying for all this stuff? The football team's bringing all this money there that pays for all this nice stuff. All these the athletic facilities, all this stuff, that's all football, man. So I just felt like we never got support there, ever. There's too much shit going on. There's too much. You can hang glide, you can rock climb, you can go tubing down the river. There's too many options. And then the problem with that is in, Boulder's mainly white. You know how it is. It's all white people. So you're trying to recruit these 5-star athletes, from urban areas. It's a tough sell, man. It's a tough sell. It's beautiful, but you're trying to take a kid from a big city like New York or Los Angeles and say, hey, check out Boulder. I mean, you're talking about complete 180, man. So they have their work cut for them for sure. I think that the team haven't been good because when Hawkins was there. When Hawkins was there, he wanted more of a team that was like academics and shit. What's up?
Who's the shape of this fucking guy?
What's up?
He got me high before the podcast.
No, I didn't.
He's just like dead quiet. Dead quiet.
I don't even know what I did. He just looked at me. He was like
Listen, before you say anything about support, South Beach is South Beach, Florida. It doesn't appeal to me, but it appeals to 1,000 million people.
I agree.
And you know what they can't do in South Beach? It's a party town, right?
That's all it is.
They can't do comedy there. It just doesn't work. New Orleans, beautiful city, great food, great music. You know what never worked there? Comedy.
They're just not open to it, you don't think? There's too much going on.
Just doesn't click. Something about New Orleans. They do comedy at a book place. They do comedy at the House of Blues.
It's not like New York, LA.
No.
That's like football. Go to the South. Go to Tennessee. Go to Alabama. You want to talk about support? That's what I'm comparing it to.
That's support. You know where else you can't do comedy? Boulder.
Really?
Boulder, college town. Bars everywhere.
Everywhere.
Just doesn't click. The Boulder Broker did it for years. And a place called the Blue Note where Roseanne Barr used to go with Matt Berry and the other guys that created shows here. But besides that, they tried to put 10 comedy clubs in Boulder over the year, full time. Can't do it. Boulder's very intellectual. Boulder, they used to call the paper the City's Republic of Boulder. It's very... Lee, I wouldn't last in Boulder right now without people saying something to me. Like, I'm too fat to live in Boulder.
What would they say to you?
Like, you got to get your life together because they have moonlight walks at Chautauqua Park
They got
at
some
night
shit there.
for free. There's no reason to be 10 pounds overweight in Boulder. No reason. You can't say, listen, I have a libido problem. No! They'll fucking help you. They'll take you to the Naropa Institute and they'll fix it for you, okay?
Quinoa.
Yeah.
Quinoa and juice.
Yeah, they don't fuck around.
I
in
got
Boulder.
yelled at for driving a Hummer up there.
Look at that.
I had a Hummer. People would look at me in disgust.
It is
So you get a Prius, you can come up there.
completely
Better
different.
get your mind right.
They drink their beer, they smoke their reefer, and they want people to be in shape. You
They
look
wear
at
their
what-
Tivas.
and they want you look at what's
Crocs.
to do, and you look at Boulder. What's to do tonight? Swim class, free, put on by Lifeguards of America. Go there and learn how to swim. Marsh, it's amazing. You know, it is an amazing town. They used to have a place, the Harvest Restaurant. It's still close to my heart, and it was vegetarian.
They have great food there, man.
Great
Jay's Pasta.
Jay's-
What?
Unbelievable.
Jay's
Jay's
Pasta.
Pasta's still there and shit.
Hell yeah. Huge supporter of the football team. We used to go there all the time.
Well, this is what I'm saying. For the amount and the size of the town, you have huge support. Because I remember when they went to the fucking place, to the Federal Express Bowl in Florida.
The Orange Bowl.
How many fucking people went that year from Boulder? And I used to work at the Puddle Car Wash. They were big supporters of CU football. Huge. Everybody from the school came in, got free car washes. The football players hung out there. It was. I don't know how to describe the racism in Boulder. Okay, it's not like a black dude. No. Mm-hmm. They really appreciate the football team. But when
They just don't want their daughters dating them.
when shit turns sour, they don't fuck around when it comes to the football team.
Well, I was there when it was sour, the Barnett days.
And it was
Sour?
even more sour before you fucking got there. I was there when the fucking
Talking about
Greek.
Sal?
I was there when the fucking black running back
Sal.
was collecting for the fucking Greek diner. How can an all-American running back be collecting for the fucking guy that's like a part-time mobster? Like if this guy came up to me and said, "You owe me money," I'd smack him in the mouth. Not the black linebacker. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about the owner of this restaurant at the time.
Yeah.
Was like a make-believe guy. Like he was like a make-believe bubblegum mobster, and he hired the running back from CU. This was way before J.J. Flanagan. That's when I was there. That was the first problem.
What years is this?
This is 87, 86 when this problem started. And then came the Canavis McGee years when he punched the guy in the head at Togo's Pizza downstairs.
Yeah.
And knocked his eyeball out. And then the J.J. Flanagan. I got into a
Then you
beef
got
one
Miami.
time on Safeway on Baseline Boulevard
Yeah.
because
I
he
used to
called
live
me a spick. And the reason why the judge threw, bro, I was going to do time. I would not be here right now. It was my third felony
Yeah.
in Boulder. I
3
would have been done.
strikes, you're out.
And this guy said, we're throwing it out because in the city limits of Boulder, you're not allowed to use the racial slur. It's the J.J. Flanagan law.
Oh, wow.
Because he smacked the lady for calling him a nigger in Pearl Street.
Damn.
And they dropped it. Oh, yeah. Boulder had a lot of problems for a long time. A lot of problems, but they weren't racist as far as when when it was time to call them a spade, they called them a spade. That's the problem.
They'll pull that.
I knew you were a fucking Jew. You know what I'm saying? Like, after I've loved you for 3
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
I'll pull the Jew card out on you, and you're like,
You son of a bitch.
you son of a bitch. Yeah, like, that's what I'm trying to say. They're not racist, so I don't
It's a
want
weird
people...
vibe, man. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
love Boulder. I love my time there, but it's a weird vibe, especially if you go to other college towns. Like I spoke at Ohio State. They freaking live and breathe Buckeye football. You don't get that same feeling when you go to Boulder, man. You just
There's
don't.
too much to do. There's too much intelligence. You know, the intelligence level in Boulder, if, everybody wants the helmet to be invented, the thing that they can look into your brain to see what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Like a street in Boulder without people knowing. Idiots like you and I and Lee, we're thinking about pork chops and getting our dicks sucked and working out and going to a movie.
Yeah.
In Boulder, when you see those guys walking down the street with sandals on, smoking a pipe
Yeah.
with their stupid fucking glasses, they're thinking about the speed of light.
Yeah.
If there was a hurricane in New Mexico right now, what would
Yeah.
the speed,
Making
that's
the
what
world
they're
a better
really
place.
thinking. I sold Subarus, and it was amazing when the questions people would come in. And I thought it was a joke. I thought they'd get together and go in there and ask these questions to the salesman. And I would ask the general manager, I'd go, listen, this guy just asked me this. And he goes, I've been selling Subarus for 30 years. Only in Boulder do they come up with these questions because they're so intelligent that this is what they're thinking about, like the ratio of the brakes. Who gives a fuck?
I bet they sell more Subarus in Boulder than probably anywhere else in the nation.
No, it's at Burt. It's Burt. Burt's the #1 dealer of Subarus in the fucking world in Denver. But I think the one in Boulder
They
and
kill it.
Colorado
Yeah.
Springs is #2 in the world.
You'll see more Subarus. Subarus in Denver is like Priuses in Los Angeles.
Why do you think I drive a Subaru? Because of
you
my
drive
Denver.
Subaru right now?
Since the last 20 years, because of my Denver days.
You love them.
Love them. I know how I am with a car. I know what I am with a car. I am a fucking bad luck person with a car.
Really?
My right eye is better than my left eye, so the right side of the car is always going to have dents. There's always going to be a hubcap missing, a ding in the door, something. Okay, my foot's heavy.
Probably stick
You know,
to
I
Subaru.
rip. I always fuck up the mats. I always fuck up the mats. You know, I'm one of those guys. So the car that was there for me the whole time was a Subaru. The only knock a Subaru has is if you get a 5-speed, which don't exist anymore, you couldn't leave your hand on the clutch.
Why?
At the light. You know how people leave their hand on the
Yeah.
clutch? You have to take your hand off because that's how your clutch cable went.
Wow, that's
The #1 thing on the Subaru was the clutch cable because people would leave their hand
Yeah, they just chill there.
on
That's
the
normal.
clutch. So that was the thing. This Subaru here, I love it. And I love it when it rains in California. I got to go out.
It's
at night.
rare.
And everybody else is like fucking manhandling the 5. And I'm on the left-hand lane doing 90 with my fucking
All-wheel drive.
all-wheel drive symmetrical. Because now they threw the symmetrical in that motherfucker. 4-wheel. I lived in Boulder when you went up the fucking hill. And if there was a lot of snow, you pressed the button. And the rear tires would pop up. Now here's the thing about Boulder that people don't know. I got arrested in Boulder. I got convicted in Boulder, and I got to tell you something. Boulder is still one of the most favorite places for me in my heart.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm embarrassed to go back there. I always felt like I let Boulder down.
Yeah.
The type of guy I was raised, like Boulder was those people very nice for me to have a machine gun.
Yeah.
And that's how I did, all drugged up, you know. But Boulder had a dark side.
What do you mean?
Like, I saw a lot of weird shit in Boulder. Like, I was just thinking about this guy a couple nights ago. I was at home by myself. My wife was out of town. And I was thinking about my man, Fred. That was the first like, I thought I was a gangster when I lived in Jersey. Like, I thought I was a gangster. Like I knew shit. Like, a guy I knew killed a guy and threw him into the fucking Hudson River. Like, I just knew shit when I was a kid. But it wasn't until I got to Aspen. Like, I was lonely, you know. I was lonely. And this girl used to always come over to the house. She used to work with the girl next door, and they all smoked pot. And one of my friends, and I would come home some days, and there'd be 8 people in my living room. This woman, one day, she said to me, she goes, "You and my husband would get along. You should go talk to my husband." So I would go over there at night and talk to him and shit. He was like a hard dude, you know. He's ex-Marine, whatever the fuck he was. He was originally from, like, you know, the other side, Grand Junction. You know, those people ain't got no personality. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
shit in Grand Junction.
Yeah, they ain't dicking Grand Junction.
I haven't heard that word in forever.
Yeah, Grand Junction, you know. But this dude was just cool. He was in Vietnam, just a solid dude. He was a little older than I was. He was a bus driver. And I would talk to him, and one thing led to another. And one night we're watching Scarface. He didn't get high. His wife got high, but he didn't get high. He drank tequila and smoked cigars, you know. And we were watching Scarface. And I said something about a gun. And he goes, "Turn this off." And he said, "Move the couch." And we moved the fucking couch. And under the couch was a fucking floor safe. And this motherfucker opened it up. And out there he had the Rambo gun, the Tony
some
Montana
shit.
gun. This is 1983, guys. He's showing me this craziness. He's showing me this utility stuff.
Waiting for an apocalypse or some shit?
He was waiting just to kill people. He was dying to kill people. What he really wanted to do, this guy, his dream, and then that's how we became friends. So he started teaching me how to shoot on Saturdays. He taught me how to shoot.
It didn't worry you that this guy wanted to kill people.
No,
See, I've been,
no.
I'm the fuck out.
No. He didn't tell me himself he wanted
Yeah.
to kill people. He wasn't creepy. He was a guy that just, I could tell that he had killed before. I could tell he was in the service.
Yeah.
I could tell he didn't fuck around. I could tell he really loved America. He was just a different type of dude. But I could tell he wanted more, and he felt like he had been cheated. He was one of those dudes, and they're the most dangerous ones.
Super dangerous.
And I didn't know where this was going, Brendan. You know, he was just very nice to me. He'd just say, "What do you want to do? What do you want to shoot tomorrow?" All I had to do was pay for my bullets. So we go to the bullet store before that, and he'd tell me, "What do you want to shoot tomorrow?" "I'll shoot the 9mm with the scope. I'll shoot this with the fucking bazooka. Let me shoot this." So he'd go, "All you got to do is cover your bullets." And he'd let me shoot it, Brendan. He was very nice. I shot like 3 guns in New Jersey at a pigeon in a backyard. When somebody takes you shooting in Colorado, your fucking heart beats. You're out there. He would take me like behind these fucking mountains and put up cans, and it was shovels so people could roll on the floor like you were in the service. This was fucking crazy, guys, on fucking Saturdays. And we'd spend all morning out there, and he'd tell me one thing: "I'll take your shooting, just do me a favor, don't smoke that shit." That was our deal, so I didn't get high. Everything was very legit. He showed me how to clean the gun afterward, how to clean them. He was my fucking dog. Then the clouds finally
What do you want out of
parted.
this?
Okay, so
Tell
he
me
knew I had a
this.
little larceny to me. He knew I had a little larceny to me, and one day he just started talking to me about robbing a bank. But he wanted to rob the bank the day after Christmas. I told the story on Marin one time, and people were like, "You can't rob a bank on Christmas Day." I mean, he wanted to rob. The Christmas Day was like on a Wednesday, so the bank was going to be open on Thursday. He wanted to rob the bank like on Friday or the Christmas Eve.
Why? What's his reasoning?
Because the money, all the money that was going to be there from the day from Christmas vacation, they weren't going to have a chance. The people weren't going to pick it up till the following Monday. So he knew he had been watching the Bank of Aspen. So he knew that on weekends they don't make a pickup. So they had to be 50,000. I don't know what the number he had, but he had another guy and me, and he wanted to do it with snowmobiles and rob it through the back way. Like it had never been done that way. Like instead of robbing the bank and having to shoot it on the street and, you know, having the helicopters chase you, fuck that shit. Do it on snowmobiles. Have a car, dash out with a car, but have a point where you get into snowmobiles
Dip out.
and dip out. And by the time they find the snowmobiles,
I mean, you're kind of convincing me. I feel like.
oh my
fucking-
God, this is
I'm
telling you.
in. Shit.
Now, at the same time, this is the winter of 84. At the same time, no, this is the winter of 83. At the same time, I'm robbing little drug dealers in Snowmass Village. Just little guys. An ounce, a half ounce of blow, 800 cash. Dumb shit. But I got my sights on this fucking jewelry store. On my own. I'm going to do this jewelry store. So I had another friend that was an electrician. This is crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God. You see, Brendan, things could have gone a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
You see, now you see what happens when you're 18 and when you're 50, where your thinking goes with those college players that we were judging before. You don't know what a kid's thinking when he's 22. You know how fucking weak you are when you're 22 and you really don't know it? We think Jehovah's Witnesses recruit you when you're fucking 40. No, they recruit you when you're 40, but that's the time to get in when you come out of college and you're disheveled and you don't know what you're going to do, and all of a sudden the New England Patriots give you $60 million and you're still hanging out with gangsters.
Yeah, man.
And now you listen, when I kidnapped that guy, let's be honest, because you didn't know the story and we were getting through this the other day. Let's be honest. I could tell you whatever story you guys want to hear. Was it because my mother died at a young age? I kidnapped somebody and made them go through that? Not really. Was it because of my drug use and I'd done PCP in 1982 and it backfired? I could tell you that, and I could probably have a
excuse.
psychiatrist
Yeah.
back it. That's how crazy. But I'm telling you as a man. You want me to tell you what it was, bro? Between the drugs and the way I'd grown up, like watching people with guns, some way in my mind, I thought that was the way to go. Like I got that
You
confused.
think it was the options? You just didn't have many other options?
I had tons of options. Who the fuck are you kidding, dog? In America today, you always got a fucking option. There's a shelter that'll give you 30 days to get your life together, and there's always a car lot looking for somebody to wash a car, dog, or to
Yeah.
fucking sell a car. Trust me. Trust me, I'm telling you. They always lock you. That's for television people. There's no options.
Yeah.
That's for television. There's tons of fucking options in this country. I had this fantasy. It was a fucking fantasy. Thank God I didn't kill somebody and do 30 years over a stupid fantasy and be sitting in a cell today thinking, I didn't want to be a killer. That was just, you don't know. You're watching MTV. You know, they're showing up at the club, throwing 50s. Who doesn't want to throw 50s up in the air when you're 22? You blame you? You don't want to throw 50s up in the air? You don't, Brendan Schaub, if you had the opportunity tonight to pull up with the baddest fucking Porsche available and just say to, look at the valet and throw like a pile, 10,000 at his face. BAM! Don't move this fucking car because I'll shoot you in the fucking head and go like this. And show him like a bazooka. Walk into the club, the big black guy, throw him 10,000 and go, fuck you and every fucking black guy that came out of Africa. And there's more where that came from. After you threw 10,000 at a black guy, he'll let you call him a nigga for 5 minutes before he gets mad. You got about 2 minutes
terrible.
left. You understand me? Who you kidding?
You kidding?
Okay? Right or wrong, who doesn't want to be able to do this as a man? I'm lying to you motherfuckers. It could be a Kung Fu Chinese guy. What Kung Fu Chinese guy doorman could you take 10,000 and hundreds, throw it at his face, and go, fuck you, cocksucker, shine my shoes, you fuck. And he'll look at you and go, you know what, I'll shine you 10,000.
10 grand.
What the fuck? And then you walk in the club, everybody, you just barreling, mother. Get out of the way, look what I got. You got a fucking 50,000 in 20s. You know what that looks like? You have an idea what 50,000 in 20s looks like?
I have an idea.
You got 3 Chinese guys carrying it behind you. And you blow a whistle in the middle of the strip club. You just blow a whistle. And start just throwing 20s in the end going, listen, turn the thing off, DJ. Throw 10,000 in his face and go turn the music off. 666 Buckingham Lane. I'm having a party at 3 o'clock. I got another 100,000 in 20s at the house. You're invited. How many people are going to show up to your house? How popular are you?
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a night.
You do that to 10 fucking parties. You know how many 21-year-olds want to do that in today's society? I did. I'm not going to lie to you. All I want, if I think back, what did I want money for? You think I was going to buy a house?
Hell no.
And resell it
fun, man.
and flip it? You think that...
Make an investment?
Yeah, I was going to make an investment. I was going to take that money, buy a kilo of Coke, buy a bunch of clothes, buy a fucking car, get a hotel room, and spend it till I died, or... That's it. And then not have a plan.
You don't really have a plan when you're that young. The only time I've ever legit made it rain on someone like that is I got out of I haven't told this story. I get out of the Ultimate Fighter house. It's the night we get out. So I've been cooped up for 6 weeks. I'm in the finale. I got money in my pocket, and I'm at Tris nightclub, and I'm walking through, and Rampage Jackson's there, and he goes, Shab, come here. I go over, and Rampage gives me a big hug. And he's like, here, hold this. And he gives me a stack of cash, like this big. I'm like, it's the most cash I've ever seen. I'm like, what? And he goes, when I count to 3, just let it go. Just start making it rain. Gives me his chain. I have my shirt off. His shirt's off. We're standing up. And I just remember him going, 1, 2, 3. And I look around, it's just girls everywhere. He's making it rain. I'm making it rain. Then I come to my sense. I'm fuck this. Put it all in my pocket. Jump down. Right, and I just remember that's the only time I ever made it rain, man. But I did it for just half of it with Rampage Jackson, then put the other half in my pocket. I was like, you know what? I'm going to need this money. Dipped out, went back to my hotel.
Listen, let me tell you something. I'm not cheap by no means. I see a homeless guy, I'll give him $5.
Oh, yeah.
But there's something about making it rain that I could see myself one day when I'm 80 sharing a bunk with 3 fucking black dudes. Cutting my toenails, the guy's throwing them at me. And me in the corner thinking, if I just had 10 of those dollars that night, right, yeah. when I made it rain, if I just had 10 of those fucking dollars right now.
Make it rain.
All right, so see you, Boulder.
See you.
What a fucking great city that was, man.
Like we said, though, we're talking a little bit off air, though. I couldn't wait to leave, man. I just figure like there's more out there in the world.
Oh, no.
That's why I came to L.A.
Listen, I left there.
I go back, and, I'm not hating on Denver. I go back, I feel like I'm in a fucking country western, man. It's just everything seems slow, and it seems like nothing ever changes. I go back, and it just feels like it's the exact same as I left it.
It's all about the Denver Broncos, baby.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about the Denver Broncos, baby.
Yeah.
What you want to do? Want to be called as John Elway.
John Elway.
John Elway. He must own
100 car dealerships.
fucking everything by now. When I left, I used to work at Cherry Creek Jeep Eagle.
Oh, really?
You know what that is?
Yeah.
No. That's
Yeah.
not even there anymore. When it was Dandy Doug.
Is it off
This
of...
is 1994. And there was a movie theater there. I can't believe that you just said that. That movie, I went to see The Getaway with Baldwin, and when he was married to the blonde, they remade the Steve McQueen movie. That's the first time I ever seen Alec Baldwin. I'm like, that dude is fucking good. I'd never seen him before.
Did Elway buy that dealership? He
not
owns like
sure.
100 dealerships.
I left
He
in
took over, man.
95. It was Clint. It was Doug Spedding off where the 70 becomes the 36 or the 25.
36 is into
becomes
Boulder, yeah.
Into Boulder.
Yeah.
There's that turn off.
Yeah.
There used to be a car dealership there, Doug
There's
Spedding.
a shitload of car dealerships there now.
I used to work on 104th. When I first moved back I had a great relationship with Colorado, man. It was something. But once I got in trouble and I got out, I've always felt guilty because it was a nice place. And now I was living there and I had to live there. But man, it was.
Did you stand up there now? Comedy Works, any of that?
I'm going back in Denver in June 6th. This is
Comedy
the
Works?
first time, yeah,
Yeah.
in a long time. But that's where I started.
Those do well, man. The Comedy Works do well.
Oh,
out
please,
there. They sell
fuck
out,
yeah, they
man.
do well. Those
Joe did a special there.
Yeah, no, that's a great place. And Boulder's a great place. I just can't believe they just won't take the fucking comedy. But the Broker, the Broker
Yeah.
is. They used to do comedy there on Tuesdays.
I didn't know
That's
that.
where I started.
Oh, wow.
I used to be the host, the house MC there on Tuesday nights for about 2 years. That's where I was every Tuesday night. It was steak night. It was like $10.95, and you got
They're still known for their steak.
the steak, the
Yeah.
shrimp bowl.
Yeah.
When you walk
Shrimp
in,
bowl.
they give you a shrimp bowl.
Yeah.
Lee, as soon as you walk in, no questions asked. They give you a shrimp bowl. You'll shit blood. It's from the fucking. It's from the oil spill of 1922.
But it's free.
But it's fucking free, and they used to have 4
Take
of them.
it.
Lee, you might be the highest looking guy I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I know. I'm sick, and then he gave me a Green Hornet, and then like a piece of the star.
What's a
For
Green
no
Hornet?
reason. Oh, show. It's like
The
80
star.
milligrams?
The star. The only reason I've ever heard of the star is because Joey.
Yeah, that's
The star that this used to be 6,000 milligrams.
Oh.
It was a huge star. It's down to like maybe. What do you think? What do you give it? 1,200 milligrams
Maybe,
right now?
if
Yeah,
that.
maybe.
And how long has that last you? How
2
long?
2-3 days.
You see it? It's like squishy.
Joey just eats half.
It's crazy.
The only reason he has the knife is because I'm here. Like if it was just you, you'd take like 4 bites out of it.
Boulder.
I'm,
The highest guy I've ever seen in my life.
it's fucked up. And then I'm going to San Diego this weekend, and it's gonna be
Like this the whole.
we're taking an edible like at noon tomorrow.
You usually travel with Joe?
No, not usually.
No,
Like
just this
every
weekend.
once in a while.
San Diego's great, man. You have fun down there.
No shit.
Hell yeah.
So how many years did you play at CU?
I was there for 4 years.
Fucking 4 years.
4 years. Redshirted a year. Yeah, and 3.
And did you guys get far the years you were there?
Oh yeah, Big 12 North champs. All 3 years I played, and we lost in the Big 12 championship every year too. We lost to those killer teams though. We lost to Texas when they lost to USC in the national championship when they had Vince Young. We lost 50-3 to them. We lost to Oklahoma when they had Adrian Peterson, Jason White, 2 Heisman winners. And when you're talking about, we played some teams, man.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
It was a beast. We were good, man. We were damn good. We also, nothing was worse than when we lost to, God, I want to say we lost, we might have lost 70-14 to Texas when they had Vince Young. But I was on the fucking kickoff return team. And when they're scoring, they scored 70 points, I got to see the same dude every damn time, man. It was miserable. He was just this killer. Just this killer, man. I just remember dreading it. After fucking, 7 touchdowns is 42 points. So after 7 times, you're like, dude, how many times I got to see this damn kid? I just remember that it was miserable. We got embarrassed, man. Rings are great. We had good seasons, but those teams were untouchable.
I was there in the McCarthy era with Sal and Nessie when he had the stomach cancer and the kid with the daughter.
Yeah.
And the fucking, oh my God, it was sad. But they kept pulling it off. Then they tied Notre Dame or something like that. Then there was accusations that the quarterback was a Crip.
Yeah.
He kept coming back on the weekends and getting crack and taking it to L.A. You know, this is, I mean, what the fuck are you doing? You're in college, you're broke.
I'll tell you what, there's no, this is going to go off on a little tear, but there's no bigger crooks in the world than NCAA. There's no bigger crook. If you think about it, as much money as they make off kids, and you see this kid, I think it's for Baylor, he was homeless, walked onto the team, made the team, the NCAA just banned him for life for taking food and shelter from a outside source. Banned. Can't play anymore. Can't compete. Can't play football anymore. Homeless kid. Think how much money the NCAA makes off these kids. Johnny Manziel jerseys. You know what I'm saying? Ohio State sales.
Video games. They have a ton of video games.
Dude, video games, jersey
TV rights.
That's
I mean, when Tim Tebow played, his jersey was the number 3 most popular selling jersey in the world.
and he doesn't get a dime of that?
Didn't get a dime. NCAA gets it all. University of Florida gets it all.
Oh, my God.
He didn't see a single penny. Nothing. And then you're going to ban a kid for life because he was homeless and took shelter and food from a family? It's ridiculous. There's no bigger scam in this world than NCAA.
Let me ask you something. You know the years you played on the team?
Yeah.
That's one of the kids on that team, his dad was a gangster that was in the witness relocation plan.
Really? Which kid?
I don't know what his name is. I never really asked. He called into the show a couple times, and we were talking about it. That's where he lived when he was in the witness relocation plan. They recruited him out of Boulder, Colorado, and he lived in Boulder. And now he didn't go pro. He lives in San Francisco selling something or something.
Black kid?
No, wait, how can a black kid be in the fucking mafia?
Yeah, that's true. That'd be called.
No,
Yeah.
he's a white kid. That's really crazy. You said that. I just remembered that.
God, I wonder who it is now.
There was a drug dealer in Aspen that had been blown up. That the fucking papers, they took to the fucking cleaners on this guy. He was making $6 million every fucking 6 weeks. They fucking blew him up in a Jeep in Aspen while he was working out. Every night he always paid somebody $10 to go start his car. This night there was nobody around. He went out and started his car. And
Damn,
fucking
the
blew
one
him.
time.
Oh my
Ain't
God.
that a bitch?
And he lived.
Oh, really?
He just bled out on the way to the hospital. I mean, this motherfucker lived. You got that much money hidden. They went to his house. They killed him 30 days before he went on trial. They had gone into his house a year before and found pockets full of cash in garbage cans. He would hide it like if it was leaves in the outside.
Damn.
You know, $900,000 counts everywhere. And then he went to restaurants and dropped the money off at different restaurants. Like, you're my friend. I go, Brendan, leave this here. Let me know when my tab is up. And you're like, there's 900,000 in here. Even if you eat here every fucking night, you buy dinner for everybody every night, you'll never spend this shit, you know? They found his coke in Boulder one time at the bus station. That's how that whole investigation started. Boulder, and you look at Boulder and you're like, no, Joey. By the Albertsons, do you remember where that was? By 28th Street, by Coco's?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
By Kmart out there? There used to be a field out there. There used to be a field out there. And there used to be a pizza place in South Boulder. The guy had not Abo's. There was a different pizza chain for a run in Boulder.
Not Bojo's.
No. This was on, I think they sold
Cosmos?
No. They were brick ovens, something. This is 30 fucking years ago. But one night, that son, he decided he didn't want to work for the pizza parlor no more. He was selling cars and going to school, and I was selling cars and going to school. And we used to work opposite shifts. And one day he didn't come in. He didn't come in for a few days. And he was telling me a story that he had gotten arrested. And it came out in the paper days later that he was walking his dog. He let his dog off the leash. The dog went onto the field, was sniffing something. He went over to see what it was. It was a briefcase. He picked it up. There was money. He picked it up to leave, and within 30 feet, the fucking cops jumped on him and shit. They threw him down on the floor. They set up a mock lab. They fucking tested the blow. This is all right down 30th Street. Boulder was buck wild like that because everything went through fucking Boulder back in those days. Boulder's not. Then you had the bus stop.
Yeah.
Which the bus stop
Still there.
is a strip club
We
that's
were
owned
banned
by
to
a
go there.
church.
We were banned to go there.
CU players?
Yeah, band.
Yeah. I'd been there a couple times. It's a strip because there's nothing else to fucking do in Boulder. There was nothing else to do.
A church owns it?
A guy that owned it died and left it to a church. So
It's like the only strip club within fucking 30 miles.
yeah, unless you want to go to Denver where you have Shotgun Willies where they don't fuck
And
around.
Diamond Cabaret.
Diamond Cabaret.
I used to be a bounce man there.
You know, they used to do comedy there.
Really?
When they
Comedy
first
and tits?
opened in they opened probably in 94. They didn't know what they were really doing. They were serving steak. They had 3 showrooms going then. That's a big place, Diamond Cabaret.
Big
right?
place. Yeah.
Big
yeah.
place, yeah.
I used to work at the nightclub next to it called Wish. I was a bouncer there.
Yeah, when I first started comedy, Diamond Cabaret, you had to know somebody to get up. It was Monday nights.
It's still tough to get in there, man.
Yeah, it was Monday nights after Monday Night Football. And they paid you, but it was tough to even get on. They wanted like dirty comedy. They wanted like weird fucking comedy. So
The place is like the Pro Bowl for strippers of Denver. It's like the best strippers in Denver at Diamond Cabaret.
is it? It's
Yeah.
not Shotgun Willie's?
Ooh, Shotgun Willie's is good call. Shotgun Willie's is fire. Shotgun Willie's. I'm not a big strip club guy. I never have been. But Shotgun Willie's is a good one.
And then you have the ones where you go in there naked and you just can't. You have to bring your own booze in. That's the one I was telling you. I went into an Aurora in Arvada. Arvada's where it's fucking dirty and nuts. And one night I was selling cars in 104th and Thornton, and I got out of there. I was in the halfway house in Boulder. I was telling these guys a story, and I got out of there with like a fucking half ounce of blow. And I didn't have to be in until midnight. It was like 9:30. I go, let me go to this strip club. I went in there. There was a Korean chick with fake tits and blonde streaks in her hair. Brendan Schaub. It was over, Jack. We started doing powder. I was fingering her, eating her. I started putting
Then
coke
you ate
rocks
her?
in her pussy. I ate her. I
What?
don't give a fuck. You know me, dog. When you're in hell, you're in hell. Fuck it. You gotta pull back. You gotta make her wash her pussy. Fuck it. Give it to me straight. Give me that cough medicine. You know what I'm saying? Give me that and the more you fingered them, that soy smell came out. That soy juice sucky came out. It was fucking tremendous. My dick was getting hard. We did the whole fucking package. And I went back to the fucking
How much
farm.
that cost you?
It didn't. I was selling it at the time. I was selling it at the car dealership. I was crazy, Brendan. I was in the halfway house, fucking selling blow and lending money for rent with a VIG. Like I would pay you $75 for your weekly rent, but charge you like 105 back,
Yeah.
102. I was fucking crazy, so it didn't even matter. It didn't even.
Put a
fucking-
cream with fake tits and blonde streaks.
Oh, she was.
It's a wrap.
She was done. She was done. As soon as I saw her, I knew it was.
Were you ever a strip club guy though?
No.
I've never been that guy ever.
It
Doesn't
takes
make
a
sense.
cer-
It never made sense to me.
Never made sense to me. It was very embarrassing. And then
I agree, man.
when I started dating Carol, she stripped. That's when it even became creepier to me. I really found out what it really, really was.
Yeah, man.
I was very naive for years. I went in there, I tried to get my dick sucked, but I moved on, or I tried to get a hand job, or whatever. You went in there for $20 and really thought you were going to fuck them. So you spend 60, nothing happens, and you leave pissed off. Well, you got to pull them aside and go, listen, I want to light your pussy on fire. I'll meet you at Denny's in Boulder afterward.
Yeah.
And they'll fucking meet you and suck your dick. That's the whole thing. But you got to give them money before they. I didn't know this shit, but I'd be too embarrassed to do something like that fucking anyway. So I
Yeah.
just was never really. And I grew up, and I tell these guys, I grew up at a club called the Meadowlands Inn when I was a kid, where the chick would sit in a Galliano bottle. So my strip club days, that shit got out of me early.
When you were young.
And then if you go to Canada, like I did Toronto comedy, I'm like when I 98, 97, way before I moved to LA, I used to go to Toronto. And let me tell you something.
I love Toronto.
You ever go to a strip club in Toronto, you'll never go to a strip club in
I
the
heard
States.
the girls are ridiculous.
And they, I was going up and biting their pubic hairs and pulling my head back. and their head. I mean, it was crazy. And I'm not a strip club. I just didn't see the other side of it. In L.A., it's a disgusting, greasy side. They go in there to show off, kind of, sort of, these guys.
I agree.
Like-
it's more of a ego thing.
What's the one on Sunset by the gas station? Star Strip.
It's yellow. It's like those yellow neon. I've never been there. Yeah.
That's where the movie stars go in. They go in there and they get lap dances. And it's, oh my God, she's fantastic. And she smells like fucking onions and shit. She smells like
I never got it,
onions.
man. I never got it.
I just never got it. I never fucking got it.
Certain guys love them.
I'm a disgusting person. I don't even want to go to Hooters. If you're not going to show me your pussy, listen, I don't want to eat your cheeseburger. It's that simple, right or wrong.
I like Hooters wings, man.
No, they're too skinny for Papa. You know, you
Too skinny
once you
for
go to,
Papa.
Once you go to Buffalo and you see what those wings are about, it's tough after.
What about Buffalo Wild Wings?
No, those
No.
ain't Buffalo Wild Wings. That's just a name. Buffalo Wild Wings is owned by a guy named Chad. He never ate a buffalo wing in his fucking life. He's probably a vegan. He's got sandals on and shit.
Making that money though, man.
Yeah, he's getting paid like.
Bro, I get one cheat meal a week right now with this fucking diet I'm on, and I'm going to Buffalo Wild Wings on Sunday.
It's
Well,
good.
take Lee with you. Take your buddy
Take
Lee
Lee
with you. He'll
with
go. He'll,
I love
he'll
it.
even pick up the tab.
I love it. Look at him, so high as fuck. You just want some wings, man.
I love him.
When I moved to Boulder, I met a girl that was from Buffalo. And her family was from Buffalo. And on Saturdays or Sundays, we'd smoke dope, me and her, and we'd get fresh chicken wings and fresh blue cheese.
Sounds nice.
And she'd cut the chickens, and she'd fucking cook them in a wok. And then she'd make up the sauce with Frank's hot sauce and butter.
Oh, that's
and
the
she'd
best.
dip it on the fucking thing, and she made her own blue cheese dressing.
Damn.
And we'd buy Coronas.
I would have married her.
I did, and and she'd fucking we'd drink Coronas and just sit back and after that I'd go to Buffalo with her, and I got so spoiled that now I don't eat regular wings. Like I don't,
So you won't fuck with the wing?
unless I'm in Buffalo.
You've had the Rolls Royce of chicken wings, now you won't fuck with the
Why
common?
fuck around? Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. Especially if I look around, and I see fucking people eating ranch dressing. I gotta go.
Why you just hate ranch?
It's insulting to me. I've been in Buffalo. How you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
It's like going to Chinese. I don't need to eat the Chinese food with the chopsticks.
Yeah.
You follow me?
Yeah.
But the chicken wing needs to go with the blue cheese. The ranch, you just fuck it up. That's something
The
you
ranch is some
invented.
terrorist shit.
It's like putting pineapple on pizza. You're just breaking my balls. You're just doing it to torment my fucking life.
bullshit.
Yeah, you're just doing it to
It's
piss me the
insulting.
fuck off.
It's
I
insulting.
want you to take the plane to Italy. I'll give you the vig. Take to Italy and find me one fucking Italian eating fucking pizza with pineapple. If you find one, I'll suck your dick on the video. I'll suck your asshole. I'll tongue ball you. I'll do the whole fucking thing. I'll two-finger Louie you.
Oh my god.
It's true. You know, it's like Mexicans must be pissed. They just don't give a fuck. They're lazy like that. Taco Bell steals all their fucking... Just make shit up. There's no chalupa in Mexico.
There's no chili.
No! They just make that shit
Hey,
up.
I hate to tell you, there's no orange chicken in China.
No,
there's no
that's what I'm
fucking.
saying.
There's no
They just
fucking
make
orange.
this shit
there's
up.
no sesame chicken in China.
Mexicans sit there going, what the fuck are they talking about with this new fucking inventions? These triple tacos?
Yeah.
There's nobody in Mexico doing this shit. If fucking paninis, what the fuck?
Focaccia bread. You don't like focaccia bread?
I like focaccia bread. It's the panini that pisses me off. Because it comes from fucking nowhere. Now you got drafted.
No, I didn't get drafted. I was a free agent. Yeah.
It's a different fucking world up there, dog.
What? Especially as a free agent, they have no stock in you. That's when I realized that the NFL was pro sports in general. UFC is as cutthroat as it gets, if not more so than the NFL. But that's when you realize it's a business, man. Legit business. They don't give a fuck about your feelings or your family.
You know,
It's heartbreaking, really.
you play football, you fall in love with it as a child. You play Pee Wee football.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you play Red Raider football, 135.
Yeah.
Play freshman football with these batch of guys that you've been playing with
Mm-hmm.
for 5 or 6 years. Then you know, whatever. You go to college and just that level. just jumping from high school, even when you're all state, you're like,
Yeah.
you know what, I got this. But once you go to Division One and you get there, you're like, oh my fucking God. You know, all summer long, I just stayed in the yard doing push-ups and running 40s with my.
Not the same.
These fucking savages
Animals.
started at the age of 4. They're
Yeah.
you know, and then that's when you know you break. And I'll tell you, even with me, with my sport, it was basketball. All I wanted to do was play for North Carolina. When I was a kid, I'm like, listen, I'll get to North Carolina. I'll rebound
Yeah.
my way to North Carolina.
Yeah.
That's how I'll do it. And when I was like a junior, I'm like, I'm in no danger. You gotta be 6'3" and have 40-inch fucking leaps to fucking. And that was heartbreaking for me. That was the worst when I came to the realization. I can't imagine being like in college and not knowing you're gonna go pro. You know, your buddies are going pro. You know.
My best friend at the time, I just saw the different treatment because he was a first round to late first round, early second round pick. I just remember seeing the treatment he got, the treatment I got, and it was tough, man. And he always tried to kind of, help me out, and he'd bring me along to certain stuff. But, man, you're talking about night and day different, man. And then you go to, Buffalo Bills, and they don't even know your name. They don't know your fucking name. They call you by your number, Yeah, it was just, to me, it was just a business. And the other thing is, not to say that I didn't get a fair shot, but it's just different, man. I felt like what I put into the game, and the game doesn't owe me anything. But all the time and amount of effort and my dreams I put into the game, I didn't get back. That's what I felt with football. When I left, I remember flying home from Buffalo, just being like, "Fuck, man, this is fucking dirty." Yeah, I remember being super brokenhearted. You just realize, because as a kid, you think it's all this, glitz and glamour and hard work pays off on stuff. Then you get to the NFL, and it's like, nah, homie, there's a lot of other things that go into this.
Even college football, there's 1,000 different fucking things. And,
Oh, man, what? College football? Yeah.
and you're at a high school where you're the biggest guy. And the guy you've been practicing against for 4 years is 40 pounds your lighter. You get to college, you're the little fucking guy.
Yeah, man.
You're the little fucking guy. And I seen it with my friends that went to college. I'm like,
But at least in college, at least you're like, all right, I have 4 to 5 years to grow into this to give the NFL a shot. The NFL, there's no growing into it. There's no 4 to 5 years to get used to try and make something out of yourself. You have one shot. You know what I'm saying? Like college, they'll say, all right, this kid's small, he has potential, he has good footwork, we can put some size on him, he's going to become a player. In the NFL, it's like, nah, man, you better be ready to go.
but that's all sports. That's hoops.
Oh, yeah, pro
That's
sports,
fucking-
man,
that's-
is no punk.
God.
The UFC, the average career in the UFC is a year and a half? A year and a half. I mean, we talk about these guys, and I've been in the UFC for damn near 7 years now, a little over 6, but the thing is for every main card you see, those 5 guys you see on those 5 matches you see on TV, or you see the prelims on Fox Sports, there's guys on the undercard just chomping at the bit to get there, man. Chomping at the bit. And a lot of them, they lose 2, they're out. Year and a half.
That's fucking everything. That's
You got to
fucking
perform.
everything.
You have to perform.
You think it's any different for comedy?
No,
Take you to
no.
Montreal, you don't get a shot, you don't get a, you work at everything now, and you take a chance because it's your fucking dream.
I agree.
But you know what? You evolve. Like, okay, so you're in the UFC for a year and a half. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. How many people have that shot to be in the UFC for a year and a half?
True.
Now you have to evolve with that.
But the only difference between comedy, don't get me wrong, comedy's the toughest job as there is in the business, but you can do comedy to your what? You could be
65.
fucking 65, maybe 70 if you take care of yourself, 70. UFC, NFL, NBA, if it takes you 6 years to crack through, 2 years, you have a small window. No matter whether you start from your rookie year until you retire after 10 years, you have a small window, man. So those years you're not performing, you're not getting by, very small window. In comedy, it's really at your own pace, right? You can just keep grinding at these smaller shows until you make it big. There's no grinding in, you know what I'm saying?
But you evolve. You become a writer. You go, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. I'm going to write a book and see where that goes. And in the meantime, your friend hires you because he can't write dirty jokes for the roast.
Yeah.
So there's always something as long as you keep believing. And
That
I
makes sense.
always believe listen, I'm 52. I came out here at 32 hoping that, or 34 hoping, I didn't even know what I was hoping for. I just wanted to survive. I didn't think I was going to survive. I thought I'd be an extra. I'm like, I'll be
Did you come out here? Because a lot of people don't know Callan came out here to be an actor, fell into comedy. And he's just, he's a brilliant comic. Did you come out here to be an actor? Was
I
that the
came
original
out to
plan?
be a comic. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Gotcha.
I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. They told me, keep coming out like you. Latino nights are getting big. Latino nights are getting big. It's your way into the clubs. And I was like, I don't fucking know. I don't even like L.A.
Yeah.
I had been here like 10 times. I never liked it. And every time I came, I liked it. I didn't get it. I'm like, who fucking lives here? Because on TV, they show you the beach and chicks in bikinis, but they don't show you the fucking inner life.
Yeah.
They don't show you the 101 and Western and fucking Vermont. They don't show you those fucking streets, And I just came out. I got spots at the Comedy Store, and I got spots here, and next thing you know, I could pay rent. Next thing you know, I booked a TV show. Next thing you know, you book a commercial. But you're fighting the whole fucking time. You're fighting for your fucking life. Whether it's the UFC, whether it's the little opportunities you get to capitalize on them.
Yeah.
Frank Mir, right? He was 0-19. He won his last fight. Now he's headlining some
The
fucking
main event in
card.
San Diego against Todd Duffy.
You listen, you fucking never know. And, God knows that gives him a lift. Now, right now, if I'm fucking Frank, yeah, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking I want to beat Todd Duffy, but there's 10% that you're like, what's my next fucking move?
He has to be thinking that.
What if this guy gets me with a flying fucking knee? What do I do? Open up a jiu-jitsu school? Open up an MMA school? How many of those are there?
I agree.
There's a many jiu-jitsu schools, fucking 7-Elevens.
Gym's a tough business to run, man. It's not a good idea.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I look at Burbank and North Hollywood. There's 7 jiu-jitsu schools. Burbank is North Hollywood.
Yeah. I mean, you could open it up and probably break even. Is that what you want to do, though? Because you're going to be at that gym 24/7. There's no 9 to 5 hours when you're an owner. That's a tough gig, man.
Lee, how you doing? You got any input today? You're just going to sit there like a fucking zombo. Let me give some shout-outs to you so we get you going. Look at the fucking shape of you. Jesus Christ. Chris Caro, Zakarian, I love you, cocksucker. Michael Allstrom, Kyle Ship, Ookie Spooky, Scott Musa, Phil McCruis, Raz Dude, and Amy, I love you, cocksucker. Anyway, how's that for a couple fucking shout-outs? Letting people know we love them. You know what I'm saying?
You got it, man. It's the fans that make this show.
Listen,
It's fans that make everything.
I UFC year and a half. What's the longevity of an NFL running back?
3.5 years.
So what's the fucking difference? I mean, it's what you do with it. Who's the guy? O.J. Anderson. O.J. Anderson was a 36-year-old fucking washout. Do you remember him and what he did? Type up O.J. Anderson, Lisa. Watch what O.J. Anderson did.
Football player?
Yes, and I'm going to tell you.
From what college?
Who the fuck knows what college? The University of Black People. I don't fucking know. The University of Brothers. That was a bad motherfucker, O.J.
Otis Anderson?
Otis Anderson. What did he do? What was his claim to fame? And I'm going to tell you what it was. What does it say? And how old was he? He was like, it said he was 36. This dude was like fucking 41.
Every bit of 45.
And the Giants picked him up at the end. People were laughing at the Giants. This guy had legs and he had heart. Lee, how long does it take you to fucking break it down?
I don't know what I'm looking for.
Otis Anderson. Who did he play for?
Okay. Let's see.
Jesus Christ, Lee. Take your time.
The Cardinals.
Huh?
The Cardinals.
And then at the end, who did he play for?
The Packers?
No, and who else? The Giants, and he won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Does you see it on there or no? It's not on there. Forget it. Shut the fucking shit
Dude, you
off.
can't be getting this high.
No. He's fucked up. Embarrassing. The producer of the show has to scratch that off your card. He fucking was an old dude that the Giants picked up. And that year, I think they played against New England or no, Buffalo. They just knew he was good for 15 runs, and he'd get 6 or 7 yards
Per game.
per fucking They knew for the Super Bowl. They were like, this motherfucker, he's gonna get 15 runs, and he'll run 7 yards. That's why I want you to find what he did. I think he was even the Super Bowl MVP, but that was it after that. He never came back.
Nothing.
No, that was it. That was it. They fucking killed him that night. I mean, you have peaks and valleys. So for a couple of years,
That's sports, man.
he wasn't good. You know, he was barely holding on.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the Giants pick him up for $55 a
Yeah,
game.
he was the Super Bowl MVP of
Look at that.
15, I think, or 25. Super Bowl 25. He had 102 yards and a touchdown on 21 carries.
And how old was he? He was like 36 when he fucking was the MVP Super Bowl. He was an old man and shit. That's my point. That you have peaks and fucking valleys. You understand me?
That's with everything, though, right?
Even
Show business, sports.
Listen, man, you may be on a sitcom for fucking 6 years, it gets canceled. People see you on the street 6 years later. They're like, hey, man, what happened to you?
Yeah.
What happened to me? I bought a fucking house with a fucking tomato garden, and on the weekends I sell tomatoes for fucking $10 a piece at the farmer's market, and I make my nut, right? What happened?
Yeah.
I'm just existing, and you're just waiting for that next phone call.
Yeah.
You know, and you get the phone call, and all of a sudden you spark up again. The dude from American Family, you know, Ted Bundy.
Oh, Ed
He
O'Neill.
was big, he was big till fucking whatever. How do you think he
children,
felt?
yeah.
For 10 years he didn't do dick.
Black
And all of a
belt and
sudden-
shit,
yeah, black belt, and all of a sudden he gets this. You never know what point, but you can't give up because a door shuts on you.
Yeah.
You have to keep fucking going. All right, so this door shut on me. Fuck it. So if you're a running back and you run this way and there's a fucking linebacker, that's it? No. You spin that motherfucker and you go this way, boom, and maybe this fucking DB, you catch him flat-footed, and now he's in a pursuit, and every fucking yard is $1,000 at negotiation. Am I lying to you?
No, yeah.
They fucking know. Who do you think you're dealing with? Some novice here? I could have been a sports fucking agent. The fuck is wrong with you people? I could have been a fucking sports novice agent. Everybody knows those. The NFL and the owners are like the improvs, that they look at everything. They love you to death. You know, they let you do the commercials and jump up and down. But at negotiation time, they're going for your fucking throat.
Sharks, man.
They're fucking sharks. They're going for your
It's a
throat.
business.
And they'll tell you, remember that game against New England? You were supposed to score, you were supposed to get 200 yards, but you got 198 yards. Those 2 fucking yards, and you're sitting there going, we won the Super Bowl. Whatever the fuck it is. I didn't know how. When I did The Longest Yard, I had a long weekend with Brian Bosworth. Just me and
Boz.
him by a pool talking
That's right.
shit.
He was in that.
And dog, he broke it down for me that they were taking his fucking his checks. They were fining him for letting his shirt out of his pants. You know, he just did that 30 for 30, and it's really sad.
Yeah, it was amazing.
He broke down a lot, and he told me he had gone to therapy in Hawaii. It took a long time. They fucked him, but I remember when he was kicking ass, dog.
Oh, he was
I
a killer.
still remember when he was kicking ass at Oklahoma. You can't take that away from him, man. Colorado, the big football years. Yeah, I lived in Boulder during some good years. I fucked up my years in Boulder. I could have got a nice degree from Boulder, dog.
It's a good place to get a degree
For
from.
fucking nothing.
Yeah.
For free on the arm. Nice. It was very nice. I liked that campus. I like how they treated the people there. You know, they were uppity white people, bro. They were very uppity white people. And like I said, they're not racist, and they're very intelligent, but when the shit goes down, they're going to point their fingers at the black people in the neighborhood. Or that's just normal shit. That's how people are, you know. But that was a kinky fucking town, man. I got arrested there, and I went to jail there in the county. A lot of weird crimes did that. And some of the weirdest people I met were on that hill. Like, I became friends with these two guys. You know that Robert Redford worked at the Sink, right?
Yeah.
Right? Robert Redford worked at the Sink. And what's the place across the street? The Fox Theater was where I opened up for Ice Cube.
Oh, nice.
Right? And across from that is the place that sells chicken. Roses.
Is that
And up
still
the
there?
corner is the fucking sandwich place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's that sandwich place called?
There's a sandwich place at the corner next to it.
Famous sandwich place.
Used to be a movie theater next
Yeah.
door. That sandwich place had been there for years. I don't know if it's the same
It's
guys.
there.
Now, they used to be partners. It was 4 of them. And they were making tons of money because they were making fresh chicken cutlets.
They still are.
Fresh.
Lines out the door.
Out the fucking door. But now it's different owners, trust me. There were 4 kids that all went to high school together and knew each other from day one. But one kid was a bodybuilder. And all of a sudden, the fucking feds raided the place. He was getting fucking shipments sent from Germany. Boxes
Oh my God.
of Deca, fucking Stavranazole. He was fucking...
Distributing. That's when you get in trouble.
Yeah, he
That's
got
where
in
the
trouble.
feds are going to red flag you.
And some friend of mine, a car guy, was the one who got busted with them. And then he had a roll, and he rolled on the sandwich place. But that sandwich guys, those guys started from scratch, and it wasn't even on the hill. It was somewhere else. And then they expanded to the fucking hill. And that's where the shit started between them. Then the partners broke up, and one guy went away. The other guy moved to Boston with some chick. He used to call me on the slide. I gotta call you now. My girlfriend's shopping. She doesn't want me calling any of my old friends. What are you fucking talking about? What are you in captivity? What the fuck is wrong with you? What, ISIS guy? Yeah. What's up, Lee cocksucker?
Lee.
Look at this.
Lee, we're going to need you to sober up, brother.
I don't know. It's not going to be possible right now.
All right, so how many fights you got left on the contract?
4 on my contract with the
shit.
UFC.
How
I
many-
signed a 6-fight deal with them.
How many do you want to do?
You know what, man? My next fight's going to be at 205. So I have this mock weight cut. It's going to take me 11 weeks. I'm just going to get through this one and then take it from there.
What are you weighing at now?
I'm 251 right now.
You gotta get down to 205.
Well, I'm getting down to 220 in 11 weeks, and I'm cutting the last 15 pounds of water weight that week of. And then we're seeing if it's possible. And then the UFC said, all right, if that goes well, then tell us when you're ready to fight. So that's the plan, man. 11 weeks, cut this weight, taking this fight, and that's all I can tell you. One fight, and then we'll see.
You started training already?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You doing all the
Stand up, but no sparring right now.
no sparring?
No sparring.
No.
Yeah, just technique and jiu-jitsu. A lot of it's with this weight loss, man's diet and fucking cardio. Tons of cardio.
Tons of cardio.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta do the cardio. Cut your fucking carbs down. Keep your protein at 185 and your fats at 59. You know what I'm saying?
It's a beast, man.
What do you think you're dealing with? Look
I
at me,
know,
I'm
you know
Slim
what's
Jim
up.
fucking
You know
Magoo.
what's
What do you
up.
think you're dealing with?
You've cut a ton of weight.
Lee, what's the story over there, cocksucker? Get it together.
I'm
Look
here.
at the shape of you. You're
I'm
supposed to
here.
be acting like a fucking man. He comes in, he's got the flu.
Yeah, right. The
You're
flu.
not supposed to have the fucking flu, Lee.
I told the flu. It's going to be gone by tomorrow.
So you like living out here, my brother. You have a nice, you look good, you look healthy, so
Yeah.
obviously you like it.
Love it. Never leave.
This is
This
wherever
is
the
it.
fuck Denver and the mountains.
Fuck Denver.
And
They're gonna
the,
hate
and
me
the
for that.
Cowboys and the
Hell
white
no.
Christians. It's over.
Love LA, man. Never leave. Love it here. It's my home here, man. Everything's here. My
I
show's
would-
here. Training's great here.
I would give my heart to move back to Boulder.
Really?
Yeah. Because they get sunshine. If I didn't have to, the thing I don't like about the whole Colorado thing is the airport. That's it.
DIA? How
That's
far
it.
it is?
Yeah, I can't. That was a mistake from day one.
I
They
agree.
did that.
We
That
know why
was-
they did it. I mean, there's all the underground city. You know, if the president, if we go into a state of like nuclear warfare, he comes to Denver and there's an underground bunker in Denver. So the reason it's so far out, you can look this up. There's all these blueprints that they have. Is they built like this underground bunker. There's all this shit out there, man, underneath the airport. It's weird stuff, man. Look at your face. Like, what the fuck? There's a reason it's just out there and there's just fields for fucking days. Have you ever been in another city where there's an airport like that?
Never.
Never.
I
You
can't-
fly into DIA,
No.
you're 45 minutes away from anything.
anything. You've never seen anything like that. And you could see that they built it so there's nothing out there. So when it snows, it's going to be horrible. There's nothing to distract the snow. It's out there and fucking
It doesn't make sense at all.
it feels like you're driving to Kansas. You're picking somebody up in Kansas.
They built a light rail to there, though, but that's what they've been doing.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? That's the
agree.
problem with flying in there. I can't trust that
Miserable,
airport.
man. It's miserable.
What if you have a gig somewhere and they sold tickets already, and I'm in Denver stuck because you don't know what's going to happen then.
No.
You could be on. It could be sunny at 8 in the morning. You could be packing your shit, going, fuck it, I'm flying to Texas at 1 in the afternoon. I'll be there at 4 for lunch, whatever the fuck your plan is. By the time you get to the airport, the cloud could be moving in. And all of a sudden, you're like, oh, shit.
Snowstorm.
And next thing you know, boom, you're at the fucking airport stuck. They got your luggage. Nobody can come out and get you. You know, there's snowbanks and shit. Fuck you, man. I can't trust that shit.
Fuck you. Yeah, it's a beast.
Fuck you. You know, if you're inside, you want to smoke pot, you got to walk, you got to be on a shuttle for like, I think it's 30 minutes just to get outside the civilization with the shuttle and shit you got to take. Then you got to go back through security. It's too much for me for an airport, you know?
I agree.
I like them simple. What's all the
Me
fucking,
too.
what's with all the gadgets? What's with all the fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you fly into Chicago. You're downtown Chicago, man. Walk out, you're in the city.
You're in the city. You're
L.A., you're right there, man.
You're a cab
Weird.
right away from anything. Houston, boom. Even if you land at fucking Bob Hope, Bob Dope, whatever the fuck. Even this one here, Burbank. You land right around the corner. There's a sushi spot.
Yeah, you're good.
You're good. Something. There's
Isn't San
civilization.
Francisco really far away? Like
No.
the airport?
Uh-uh.
Maybe just at the time I went, I thought it was like a 20 or 30 minute ride.
20 minutes. Yeah. You have to drive a little while.
Not too bad.
No, but
There's
it's
some
not.
shit around San Francisco.
What we're saying is not Denver.
Hell
It's
no.
not 45 minutes in Denver.
Denver, you're literally flying into cornfields.
You land, you're
crazy.
starving. You're fucking starving. All you're thinking about is a green chili burrito and
They
shit.
have some legit restaurants in the airport, but still.
No, not like that. Not that. Not, they don't have no chubbies.
They have a chop house.
Do they really?
Yeah,
They ain't got no
it's
fucking
new.
chubbies. I don't
No,
want no
they're not
chop house.
chubbies.
I want some nice green chili fucking burritos and shit
man.
like that. Let me talk about the sponsors. We'll get the fuck out of here, all right?
You got this, man.
Let's start with Honor. Optimal optimization. That's how we roll. You understand me? You want to get strong mentally, physically, spiritually. It starts with alpha fucking brain. It'll take you. Is it alpha brain? What are you looking around for, Lee? I can't tell because you're looking around like I fucked up somewhere. So
It's Alpha Brain.
Yeah, it's alpha
I'm
brain.
on it
You're
right
cool.
now.
You're
Yeah,
cool.
all right.
I'm just looking for the time
What are you looking for the time for?
because I have to run it down.
It all
320.
starts with alpha brain. You understand me? You know why it starts with alpha brain? Because it's money back guarantee if you don't feel the difference. You know what? You don't even have to return the product. We'll send you back to Gitas. Why? Because we believe. They've done some testing that is off the charts. I could sit here for hours and break it down. We ain't got that type of fucking time. Go to Honor.com. Read all about Alpha Brain, the testing they've done. The results are going to be fucking mind-boggling. You're going to be ordering it. Trust me. And like I said, give it a shot. Columbus did. What do you got to lose? They got the New Mood. They got the Shroom Tech. They got the fucking T, the T testosterone juice. They got everything. Plus, they got the battle ropes. They got the weights. They got the kettlebells. They got the things that look like devils. You could throw those fucking things around. Knock yourself out. Go to Honor.com right now. Go to the box and press in.
Church.
Boom! You get 10% off just supplements. No kettlebells, no nothing like that. Don't throw me under the bus and lie and say, Joey, tell me. I didn't tell you fucking dick, cocksucker. Just supplements. Go to the box and press in.
Church.
CHURCH and get 10% off your first order. And if you like what you get, go to the Stay On It program. Knock yourself the fuck out. You know, you're sitting there all bored to pieces. You're like, what am I going to watch tonight? Dancing with the Stars ain't on. I got the answer. We're going to get back into classic martial arts. And when we're talking about classic martial arts, we're talking about IronDragonTV.com. You understand me? Tell them, Lee, who they got on there? What's the people they got on there? Look at the shape of this fucking Mukiak.
They got Jackie Chan. They got the Ant-Man series, Tachihiro.
Taxi Hero. They have some 4K technology. Plus, they're writing new films all the fucking time. Dave Foley don't fuck around. In fact, we're not going to blow smoke up your ass. Just go to the webpage. Go to Iron Dragon TV. It's a Roku channel webpage. Go to IronDragonTV.com right now. Go to the page and press in.
Joey.
You're going to get 2 free movies for free. Go around. Snoop around. It costs you nothing. Costs you fucking dick to go and snoop around. You like Kung Fu. You like seeing Chinese people get kicked in the head. This is the fucking webpage for you. IronDragon.com TV. Please, stop it. Jesus Christ. You're like a fucking... You sound like a Jew woman. Fucking IronDragonTV.com. And press in. Lee, what's the word? Look at the shape of this fucking butt. Look at this. What's
Joey.
Joey. And get 2 free films, all right? Let me ask you a question. How much longer you gonna sit there with those same crusty fucking underwear on? Nobody's sucking your dick, your balls smell, but the underwear smell worse. You ever eat a chick out and a fucking panty smell? A monkey smells a little bit, but a panty's got some real bad wang to them, like she don't use Clorox. You know why she has that problem? Because
Why?
you don't have MeUndies. That's why. MeUndies is tremendous. MeUndies pulls the sweat away from your body, so everything smells fresh and clean and tremendous. Don't believe me? Go to MeUndies.com. Look at the great selection of boys and girls undies they have. They have great T-shirts. They have great sweatpants. They got great T-shirts. Like if you like, what do they call it? The rash guards? They got these short sleeve things you can put on your jiu-jitsu gi that are tremendous. The MeUndies underwear, the little boy cut with style, I use those under my gi because your nut never pops out. When you use the white cotton ones, your nut always pops out. You got to tap and put your nut back in your fucking underwear. Then you got to go wash your hand because then you're trying to choke the dude with nut on your fucking hand. Now he's got nut on his neck, and it's a fucking nightmare. So, what I'm trying to say is, go to MeUndies.com right now. Take a look at the great selection of men and women's underwear they got. If you see something you like, go to the box and press in.
Joey,
And what do they get?
20% off.
Their first order and free shipping
Right.
to Canada and the United States. I'm
That's
not
it.
fucking around with you. I'm telling you seriously right now. You're sitting there with those crusty fucking underwear that smell like God knows what. And MeUndies is right there. You can impress yourself. You can impress your beautiful girlfriend and wife. Get her a pair that match. You can both look at each other and dance in the fucking mirror. Whatever you like doing. But it all starts by going to MeUndies.com and pressing in
Joey.
and getting 20% off your first order and free shipping to the United States or Canada. That's how we roll.
Right.
You're sitting there hungry. You're like, Jesus, I can
Fuck
go for
yeah.
something to fucking eat. Not you fuck. I'm talking about the general public.
I could order a Nature Box too.
No, I know you could order Nature Box, but I'm not talking about you. You probably owe them $200. You're making me look bad, cocksucker. I'm talking about naturebox.com right now. But you're going, Joey, you already hit me up for money, for Onnit and Iron Dragon TV and MeUndies. What are you going to tell me now? You know what I'm going to tell you now? Nature Box provides tremendous snacks, nutritious, delicious, low sodium, gluten-free snacks. You don't have to go to your fucking the soda machine anymore and get those fatty fucking Cheeto Lays. Fuck all that garbage. You got the new naturebox.com. I'm telling you right now, the snacks are tremendous. The sriracha cashews, the cocoa almonds, the clusters, the French toast clusters. I mean, they have so many tremendous things. And you know what? They're going to send them to you for free. Just like that. But Joey, you're going to pull a string. There ain't no string. Shipping is like fucking $2, all right? They're going to send you $30 worth for fucking free. $2 ain't shit to you. You understand me, cocksucker? What are you sitting there crying for? Go to naturebox.com right now. Look at this. Look at the list of nutrition snacks that they have. Tell them what you want. They'll send it to you. They're going to send you 5 bags, 2 big ones and 3 little ones that are going to rock your fucking world. You're going to be sitting there at night watching Jimmy Fallon scratching your nuts, thinking, you know what? Who's better than me? Look at me. I'm eating fucking nutritious, delicious. I'm not going to get fat. My fat's not, my heart's going to be nice, pumping without no fucking peanuts around it. All that type of shit, all right? But it all starts with you. Go to naturebox.com right now and press in.
Joey.
Boom! And get a free Nature Box sampler sent right to your house. No strings attached. Free, okay? It's like $2 for fucking shipping. You go for the $2, trust me. It's worth what you're going to get for $2, all right? I want to thank Brendan Sharp for coming on the show tonight. I have no idea what we talked about, but who gives a fuck? Those are usually the good fucking podcasts. I want to thank Lee for getting all whacked up. As usual, I'm going to be in San Diego tomorrow night and Saturday night at the American Comedy Club. Next week, I'm going to be at the Houston Improv, fucking tearing it up like a man out of prison. Don't forget to come on out, all right? What else, Brendan Sharp? Anything you want to talk about? When is the Fighter and the Kid coming back?
That's it, man. Fighting the Kid.
Next week?
Yeah. We have an episode coming out tomorrow morning with Uriah Faber.
All right. All right.
At Brendan Schaub. Yeah, it's good,
Look
man.
at you, all right.
Things
So
are
even
good.
though fucking Brian Callen went hunting, his little
Yeah.
orange suit
I
on,
keep this circus going, man. I keep this
Don't
well-oiled
leave
machine, man. Yeah.
everybody wants to be Johnny Hunter. One time they get shooting a foot, and they come back limping and shit crying. You gotta tell them, fuck you now. Who needs no fucking, I don't need no host with a missing foot. Get it out of here, Lee. Tell these people what's cracking. I love you guys. Stay black. Thank you for listening.
Go to onnit.com and use code word church to get 10% off of your order of all the great optimization products. Go to IronDragonTV.com and use code word Joey to get 20% off. Oh, to get 2 free movie rentals of all the great martial art movies. And go to MeUndies.com/Joey and look at all their men's and women's underwear. They have t-shirts, socks. When you go to MeUndies.com/Joey, you get 20% off your order. You're slipping. And you also get free shipping in the United States and Canada. And lastly, go to naturebox.com and don't forget to go to naturebox.com and sign up to get your free sampler box of great tasting healthy snacks. Forget the vending machine and start snacking smarter with delicious treats like barbecue kettle kernels. Go to naturebox.com/Joey. That's naturebox.com/Joey.